check 1 2, check 1 2. Should be good. All right, welcome back to Homebrew Pie. I'm your host Jimmy D, and I do apologize about some technical difficulties and the delays for my last few streams. Those out there might have realized I was missing for the last couple weeks. We've been going through some kind of changes here recently on the Homebrew Pie channel. We've been going through a little bit of things that with Lifelink Games, changing up some space, trying to move some stuff. We've had a lot of activity at Lifelink Games and a lot of things that are being moved that are kind of changing the way that we're going to be able to do content from here going forward. So I did want to give a mention to those that actually do watch or maybe watch the VOD and see me, like what happened to my Gundams on Friday nights, what happened to my Union Arena on Saturdays, and what happened to all the other card games and the pre-release, because usually I would go live this weekend with the Hobbit pre-release, and I would cover and I'd give packs away, and I'd go show you guys all the new cards and show you guys how I did and how the games are going, and kind of like play out to those Magic players. And that was really the only Magic content I would really do is on pre-release events. And of course I would do pre-release events for new sets dropping and everything. Well, the space at Lifelink has gotten a little bit shorter and smaller, and sadly I've been moved outside of the studio, and now I'm out in the open where I originally started when I first got a hold of this. So I do have the capability of recording events and recording games and recording opportunities for people to play the game. However, I only have time to go live Mondays and Tuesdays, or Monday and Wednesdays, given I'm at the store every other day of the week. So I don't have I have my own job during the day. I've got this. These are the days I've allocated for this. Tomorrow, of course, I got to go get the recordings, and of course, I'm going to be playing in the One Piece event. And then on Thursday, I'll be getting some of the videos edited and some shorts in, because I don't know if the rest of you guys have heard that the currently the partnership programs and everything for social media have doubled up their numbers, and my goals of eventually trying to make some money on YouTube have just been skyrocketed away for what feels like it's going to be months, if not years. They just changed the rulings where you have to have close to 12 million views in shorts if you want to make it in. I had actually met the threshold, excuse me, for the amount of view hours for my YouTube videos and some of my YouTube content. Was getting up there, and the subscriber count was looking like I was getting closer to actually getting monetized on my channel. And then the new drop just came down from YouTube and said I need shorts. I only have like 10 shorts out there because I don't have time to make all those edits for that stuff. I'm kind of a one-man operation as it is, and with the job at Lifelink Games, a job here, going live, my job during the day, and of course all the rest of the stuff that's going on in my life, it's really difficult for me to get the time to even scratch that out. I'm not really good with editing either, let's be honest. If you guys have seen my direct to YouTube content, it's not the stuff I would love to be doing, honestly. If I had the perfect world, if you will, and had all the time in the world to make my content, I would make it like the professionals I like seeing. I would get in some clips in there with the cards flipping up. I would have like commentary on what these cards do and what the impact is, and I would do some more dramatization. I would do some more clips on like the impact of these like two IPs hitting head to head in Union Arena, or do some really cool clips with the Gundams, because I've been taking like little short clips of Gundam clips from the video game and having them fight each other, and then taking that clip and throwing it in the middle when certain Gundam fight other Gundam, and do some really cool stuff to really make the entertainment for you guys watching these card games just better and better. And one thing that, as a kind of coverage guy for TCGs, the thing that I always feel is always lacking when it comes to this coverage stuff is you have people that are not emotionally invested. You don't have people that are they're kind of just playing the game in the background, or they're just kind of just living through. They're not really coming up with like good talking point strategies or good informative videos, and also they can be more entertaining. I think that's really, if you play in this social media field, you understand what goes viral, what gets popular, what's out there. It's the most entertaining, the most eye captioning, the most just sucking you up kind of thing that you have to do to get that kind of attention. And with that, according to the new rules and regulations, for me to even get monetized and get paid, I now need 12 million views on shorts on my content. Watching the from Logan Airport. All right, good to see you, Tommy. I'm glad to see you're doing all right. But thank you so much. But yeah, there's and Little Pound Cake, good to see you. Thank you so much for the exclamation point join. So yeah, and actually I'm probably gonna need you guys' help because my button isn't working on the stream deck right now. I don't know if the power outage or issues we've been having lately. We've been having rolling thunderstorms, knocking out internet, making things difficult for me here at home to complicate things on top of that, of course. But yes, going forward on the channel, if you're going to see anything that is not One Piece, it will not be, it will be direct to YouTube. It will never be live content. I'm going to try and work some way of going to some direct content for the other games, because I still play them. I still enjoy them. I still want to cover them. I still want you guys to see them. I'm still engaged with those communities. I'm participating in a regional for Gundam. I'm participating in a regional for Union Arena. I'm in the Flame through for OPTCG. I'm still playing inside events and other stuff for Match of the Gathering. I'm still a competitive player, getting involved with those high level gameplays and still in, you know, dabble in each one, and truly excited and to play these games and bring them to you. The sad part is I don't have infinite time, and without infinite time, I don't have the time to do the coverage to cover those card games. So for the time being, I'm really kind of being like kind of kneecapped at the moment, because I'm no longer going to be able to go live whatsoever from Lifelink, and I'm gonna try to turn, I guess, that content into something else if I can find some time. It not being able to go live doesn't save me anything, because the whole point of me being able to go live was I could do it there, physically there. So I didn't have to be in two places at once. I could be physically there and make the content for you. Again, put that stuff out there for you guys. See what those happen to locals, the new type challenge we just had, which had amazing turnout and amazing performances for some players. I would absolutely love to give that content to you guys, and would have done so had I had the capability. But given the movements and the way that we're upgrading over at Lifelink Games, I'm no longer going to be able to do live streams from Lifelink. It's just going to be straight here, you and me here, and then whatever stuff I do for YouTube is going to be behind here with me doing some content to try and cover down on some of those other videos intermittently. And of course now, according to these new agreements and these new partnership things and these new goals, I'm gonna have to find some way to get shorts out there, some way to spam that stuff out there, because 12 million views, I don't know if any of you guys feel like that's a lot. That's a lot to me. 12 million views on shorts to get yourself even at the consideration for being monetized for your content. You'll still be advertised, of course. You'll still have people having to watch commercials, of course, but you're not going to get paid for it until you get up to that new awesome mark. Great. This is how the world works, though. Guys, I don't make the rules. You live within them, and sometimes when they change the rules, you just got to find a new way. And that's what I'm going to be trying to do for the next couple weeks, as I try to fit in, find some way to get that content rolled out to you guys. So hopefully if you're out there, watch it multiple times, it'd really help me out. Then Maverick, thank you so much, exclamation point join. Thank you. Yes, we are still giving away packs. We are a couple weeks away from OP17, so that means the new community box is going to be out there with the new stuff. And talking about that, we do have some card reveals I want to go over. Some of them, most of you guys I know are really dedicated to the game, so most of you already seen them. You already know what's happening. This is an opportunity for you to engage with me. Tell me what you think was really cool, what you saw. I've seen them, of course. I've looked at these things. I think they're fantastic. The Roxy Zebek's surprise was really cool to me. We got to find that out through one of the promos, that Roxy Zebek was going to be the blue leader. And then after seeing what that deck is all about, I'm pretty excited. We'll talk about the decks, but we're gonna, at the end of me going through all the new cards that we have, I'm gonna let you guys know how I feel on paper. These things are stacking up. You guys can tell me if you agree or disagree on what you guys think are going to have the biggest impact on OP17. Because trust me, there will be an impact on OP17. This is an anniversary set. If you guys haven't figured out, from the common alt arts, the new ultra special alt special, the manga special, the gold silver border altar special, the new ultra, like whatever they're doing with their special arts now, they've got layers upon layers upon layers now of these ultra hard cards that are going to be difficult to pull, and each one of them is going to be valued at some ridiculous price. And originally I was thinking that the what was it, not the silver Luffy, before I even knew about the silver Luffy, there was a card I knew from the set was going to be going for like the leader, the alt art leader. I was like, that one's gonna be like 10 grand easily. And not the normal leader, that special alt art leader that they did that went on top of the normal alt art leader for Monkey Luffy. So I was like, that one's gonna be like $10,000. Now with the silver one that they've introduced, I'm like, well, maybe that's gonna be the $10,000 to $20,000 card hit. There's just like it's made with real silver, but it means it's weighted. So it means to all of you at home, don't buy loose packs if you're trying to get that like special manga, because given it is weighted, and we've proven this every time they've done these really awesome special gold and special silver type of events, buy a box, guys, because it's going to be the best chance you're going to have, if at all, to get that silver thing. It is considerably weighted, heavier than your normal pack. You can definitely tell, and even the people that I've seen pulled on live streams or whatever, when they did pull it, they're like, oh, this is noticeably heavier, and it is noticeably heavier. So don't buy those packs. Don't fall for the scams out there. If you can afford to get the box, get the box. I don't know how much of a print run this one's going to be. Anniversary sets are notoriously lowly printed very low. That usually helps drive up the cost of the ultra hits, but at a cost to the growing community of players that we have for OPTCG. One of the things I really wish that Bondi would take into consideration is that we do have a consistently growing player base that even we, as a store that hosts what it is, didn't expect to see the balloon of players that we've seen. We've got anywhere between 20 to 60 players every single day, even on Tuesdays, that will show up any given day to play for this. And for those that know about the championship series, that has officially kicked off at Lifelink Games. So we're here back again for our championship series. The points are here. We're going to be covering the first day of all the points we earned for this new stacked. And if you guys don't know, it's points for attendance, it's points per win. The higher the ranking, the higher the numbers, the better chance you are getting first. The first gets a medal, gets your own play mat, gets usually a box of the most current set, maybe even likely an anniversary box at the end of this period. I'm pretty sure Chris is going to put together something really nice. It could be a Heroines box, it could be the OP13 from last year's box. There's a lot of things that he can pull up from his repertoire to give to the first place player. Of course, everyone in attendance is going to get extra packs for getting up to certain thresholds of points. When you get up to certain mile markers, you get additional pack, you get additional promo packs, you get additional maybe even some specialty packs that we're going to be giving out to each one of the tiers as these players play out every single week. You get 3 points per week per attendance, then you get 3 points per win per event that you participate in. You can get points on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. or points on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. The Pirates Cup that happens at 1 o'clock every Saturday does not count towards your points, but it's a good opportunity to get some really cool promos you can get there. Tommy, thank you for the cheer. Appreciate that. Yes, we are back in business. We are finally going to be cooking up, and this one is going to have an epic conclusion, where we started off in the very beginning with these championship series. We would have one day dedicated to our championship. We would have everyone from the top 16 would play it out. We'd crown the winner at the end of the event, and everyone would be like cheering for that individual who was able to stretch it out throughout the entire event. The problem with those events and the brackets where the timing never seemed to link up, people couldn't make the day that we scheduled. Something was always coming up. We'd have to fill in the spots with some random people that weren't necessarily qualified, but we need to fill it in with the spots instead of giving random buys. We had individuals who had to leave early or something had happened. They couldn't stick for the whole event. And to isolate and trying to separate that problem, what we've done this season is we're going to have the top 16 bracket. I will break it down for you. I'll show you guys what that looks like. We'll have those top 16 players. Those individuals will schedule their match, say when they want to record it. I will go to the camera, I will record that match, and I will cover that match. And I will do it for every single person who's in the top 16. So you won't just get the match between the table that we could cover that round. You will get every single match from top 16 up until the actual championship match. And we'll be drawn out that line every single time as we get closer and closer to crowning our week's champion for the season. And it's going to be absolutely outstanding. It's going to be fantastic to see who's going to be crowned the top, because the points, while they do matter, are going to be less impactful for that first place, because now it's not just who attended the most and got a couple wins the most. This person is going to have to battle in the big cup that ends the season, and that person's going to be crowned our season 7, I believe we're in season 7, champion. So super excited for that. I'm super excited to see that back in action. I really enjoy tournament cups. I enjoy tournament arcs, if you will. Those are the best type of entertainment I can bring to you guys as a content creator. And we're back again. Right now, all of this that we're doing is covering the matches between me and my friends and all the people at Lifelink Games, playing for those points, playing for those first place slots, getting the most amount of points, because if you go undefeated, that's 9 points plus the 3 for the participation. It's 12 total points you can earn in a single day that gets you up on that calendar and can potentially lock you in for that top 16 seed, and then playing for those massive points that we're going to be giving away at the end of the season, of course. So super excited that it's back, and I hope you guys are. DKS, what's up? What's good to see you? And thank you again. I don't know what's going on with my Stream Deck. I've got the thing up. For some reason, my Stream Deck doesn't want to get notified. I might need to just turn it off and on again. You know how it works with the technology. But Steam Deck's being a butt at the moment. But thank you. Hit the exclamation point, join if you're chance to win these 2 packs. I will, of course, add you to the wheel, and we'll get done with that. I do have supposedly going to be having a guest host here soon when we get into the actual content creation, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be fun. Can introduce you to a new person willing to participate in this dual coverage if we look over top of the matches of the games, and he'll also be taking part on camera as well. So it'll be interesting to see how he covers his own games and gives us the insight of why he chose what he did and how he was doing. But before that, we have some content. We have, of course, the new card reveals. So let's get into finding about these new card reveals for OP17. Why is that? No, it's the wrong screen. All right. Of course. Everything seems to be out of whack right now. My overlay is really out there. I should fix it. All right, there we go. Or at least I got the scroll bar up here. That's good to hear. All right, there we go. Let's go. We got ourselves to start off with Rox D. Zebek. I know most of you are not too surprised because we were wondering who was going to be the blue leader, and now we have finally figured out who is going to be our blue leader, Rox D. Zebek. A band that has not actually shown too much time on the new anime. He hasn't had much time. He's been a cameo. He's been referred to quite a bit, but those manga readers, we know quite a bit about this man and about what happened to him in the past. So interesting that we have him this early. They usually don't like to put too many spoilers for those anime only individuals, but here we are now having to cover Roxy Zebek, and everyone's like, I know a lot of people still trying to catch up on even on the mangas or the anime itself, and they didn't. So this one, when attacking, you may trash 1 card from your hand, reveal up to 1 card to the top of your deck. If it's a Rox Pirate, draw 2 cards. So essentially, this is kind of like your Cavendish with a stipulation. And it's on a leader, so you can't get rid of it. And this means you're going to be drawing a lot of cards. So long as you've built this deck in the Rox D. Zebek, which is what they're trying to force you to do. And trust me, there's enough cards in here that would lean you to want to play with the Rox D. Zebek anyways. You've got a lot of cards in here, and I'm noticing like there is a huge trend here. There are no counters on here. There's events that actually refer to the fact that you have characters with no counter. And I think, honestly, what they're trying to do here is really a great ode to the concept of what Rox's pirates are. They're all out for each other. Blocking would indicate there, or countering would be like I was going to get involved with someone else's battle. I was going to strike for someone. Everyone's kind of like a free-for-all for themselves. They're out there. They're the strongest crew. They're out there to take over the world. They all have their own goals and ambitions, and Rox somehow just got them all together to basically fend for themselves, but also on the same team to a degree. So they wouldn't fight each other unless they were fighting over getting something, but most of the time they wouldn't fight with each other. So there's no synergy with these. There's not a whole lot of working together, and with that they've kind of gone with a theme of just putting no counter here. So I think thematically that is actually effing brilliant. That is absolutely great. But then you do have to have cards like this because you will die in this card game if you don't have it. But when attacking in your opponent's attack, once per turn, you can trash 1 card with Rox Pirates from your hand, give it to one of your opponent's characters, minus 3,000 power during this turn. So you have a 3k counter as long as Shiki's on the field. When you attack, and it's only characters, by the way, not leader. So when you attack, you be able to reduce it by 3k. So very good, very needed card. The rush character is kind of scary because it's going to be a card you're going to be very hesitant and swinging all out into, given that how little counter this deck actually has. Then we have Charlotte Linlin on play. Your opponent chooses one. You get to basically the opponent says, I get to draw 2 cards, or they get to trash 2 cards from their hand. So it's one of those great big mom choices that she always loves to give people. So, hey, bro, good to see you, Mr. Lego Face. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Exclamation point. Join if you want to be in for the giveaway at the end of the stream for the free packs that we have. We got 4 packs left in this box. Should be at least 1 hit left out of these 4 packs. and we'll get that in the way. I'm new here and I just started into OPTCG. Well, this is a good place to get, Mr. Legoface. This is absolutely the best place to get. We like to not only cover the new cards that are coming out, but we also do a lot of game coverage and coverage on how to finagle and move around certain plays. We get to talk about what makes certain decks work, how they work, and how they kink, and you know how to improve your deck. So I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Continuing on with the Charlotte Linen, on your opponent's attack, once per turn, you may trash one card from your hand. Oh, and thank you for the subscription. M. Shane 8, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the subscription. That really helped out the people out there. Thank you. Make sure they don't have to deal with those commercials. All right, on your opponent's attack, once per turn, you may trash one card from your hand up to one of your leader or characters, gain plus 1,000 power during this battle. Not bad. I mean, you're drawing a lot of cards in this deck, so utilizing this trash ability just makes sense. It's a very blue thing to do, and I do like the plus 1k here on opponent's attack too. So you have another ability to guaranteed get at least a 1k counter from your opponent's hand here. Miss Buckingham, on play up to one of your opponent's characters with a base cost of 6 or less cannot attack. So you got yourself basically the boa freeze for 3, which is absolutely insane. This is cheaper than Galdino. It does have a restriction of 6, but if you've looked at what's in this current meta, this is actually hitting quite a bit of the board. Unless you're dealing with Luffy, who's got 16 cost characters. But for the most part, this actually does hit quite a few characters that we do care about. Activate main, you may rest 3 of your Dawn cards and this character up to one of your opponent's characters cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next end phase. So not only do you have an on-play freeze, but you also have the capability of constantly freezing and then forcing this as a pseudo blocker. That's extremely good. Extremely good. And from the looks of it, this isn't even leader locked. So blue just got a very big power up. Obviously no counter, but who needs it when you can do this kind of work here? This one doesn't have a stipulation outside of resting her and the 3 Dawn. So rest 3 characters, lock up an attack. You can continually do this every turn. Forces them to have to use this as to attack into this to stop the freezing effect. That's really good. And technically you can freeze 2 things on 1 turn, which is a lot more than we've ever gotten from this. So you want to talk about power creep, that's insane. Our new Edward Newgate. On play, draw a card, of course, because blue. Once per turn, when your leader with the type including rocks, pirates attacks or is attacked, you may trash 1 card from your hand and activate your leader, gains plus 3,000 power during this battle. So Edward Newgate, not shocking considering how he was the good guy. Need to look out for people. Is a guy that's going to help you get some 3k counters for your leader, which, trust me, in a no k counter, the biggest weakness this deck has is the first couple of turns. You know the shields are pretty much down. You know it's going to be very, very easy to get some good life swings on this character because the likelihood of them having the appropriate counter is not going to be high. There are some 0 cost events that do play rocks, pirates, but when you're limiting that just to the events, the significant amount of lack of counter you're seeing from this deck is going to make it very, very vulnerable in the first couple steps. So anything in red is going to be able to put a lot of pressure on this deck and potentially just run it into the ground if they don't have cards like this to help boost up the leaders from being tacked at too often. We have this card, so beautiful. This one's already been spoiled before. This is a blocker Kaido. I don't know other than, like, I weirdly want this card. I don't know why. This looks like the art from what is that Japan or is it Chinese Netflix with Byakuya? The guys are all muscular and they're making these ridiculous scenes and they're like, just, is it Byakuya or Baki? Baki, thank you, Mr. Legoface. This looks like Baki's, like, this guy gets off on fighting people kind of look. I like I see this and I've laughed so often and long watching the Baki. It's a guilty pleasure of mine watching all those shows and the narrator trying to describe some of these scenes that are just up there with like the JoJo's Adventure type stuff. But this art definitely reminds me of the Baki. I'm sure it's by the same. It is probably by the same guy. Is it Kaisuke, what's his, Itagaki, Kasui Itagaki. That does sound familiar. That does sound familiar. It might be the same guy. Yeah. All right, you Googled it. All right, there we go. It is the same guy. So there, I do want this, but only because I'm a fan of Baki. Which didn't show because I forgot the name, but I'm terrible with names. That's how I am. I want this. This is great. I'm not going to play Kaido. I have no desire to play the Animal Pirates deck, but this card is awesome. It's great. This needs to be the center portfolio of my front page of all my trading cards that are going forward. I would never trade this, but this needs to be the first thing that everyone sees when they open up my trade binder for sure. Good card. We've already seen the card though. Here we're going into the special reveals. This is going to be a $20,000 card, almost guaranteed. This has all the markings of our first anniversary Monkey D. Luffy. This the gold silver lining. This is why I'm telling people, guys, don't buy loose packs from people. Do not buy loose packs. This card is going to be so heavily weighted. It's going to be easy to find with inside these packs because of the real silver and real gold, if there's a gold treatment, but I know there's silver at least written revealed for this card. They found it the last one. It was easy to map out, and not as easy in the boxes. So if you're buying boxes, it's going to be something that you might be able to pick up and get lucky and not have weighed. But when it comes to individual packs, loose packs in the stores, I've seen the people out in the Targets, I've seen the people out in the Walmarts taking out the little scales and trying to measure these packs. If you're going out there trying to chase specifically just this card, don't buy loose packs. Don't do it. You're not going to get it, sadly, because this is going to be so easy to find. But the card is going to be fantastic. The last one we had, I think Wolf was the one in our local area that pulled the silver version, not the gold version, but the silver version from the second anniversary set. So we'll see if he can go back to back. This is a great change of pace too. We have not just one, but two of these things, and one with the 10 cost Rocksteeds of Beck, which I don't know how many of you guys are Rocks Pirates fans. He did have a great storyline. I really loved his backstory. I loved everything about what was going on with him. But I will say, seeing some gameplay also with the Rocksteeds the Beck deck, it leans heavy on getting this 10 cost out. So it's, to me, I like the Rocks deck. I think it's fine. I just don't think it has the power in today's meta to line up because of the lack of counter, this obvious weakness. And then on top of that, you add that you need this guy in your, like, you need to draw into this guy to make sure that, and get to 10 Dawn too, to really make the deck go over the top. I feel like it is going to be a top contender, but is it going to be the most consistent? Probably not. Cam Sharp, welcome back. Good to see you. Cam, I thought I've seen your name before multiple times already, but did you create a new account? Mr. Lego Face says, I think it will come up more likely they haven't touched Rocks himself much. Yeah, it's like, they're definitely going to have to, especially for how much he is integral to the story and what he's trying to develop the background to how we got to where we are today. So I'm sure people will start falling in love with it. I think that they did a good job in the manga with the story. Maybe when it hits the anime, people will really love this, but it's a cool card. I like it, but as a fan favorite, I just feel like this one is just going to be underrated, and it's going to sell for a very low price, like the manga Admirals that shouldn't be selling as low as they are, considering how incredibly hard it is to get the specific ones that you want. But I feel like that's going to be the case of this one, even though it is a silver, even though this is incredibly difficult to pull. It is going to be out there as one of the hardest things you can get out of the set. This thing's still going to go like half, if not a third, of the price of this Monkey Luffy, because I don't think too many people know much about Rocks. And speaking of Rocks, we got the new Kaido for the Rocks here. On play, if you reveal 3 cards, including Rock type pirates from your hand, give it to one of your opponent's characters -3 power. So another good counter card. I do like a lot of these cards like come out with these abilities for on play to help you kind of like deal with some of the other characters out here. But there's only like 3 that help you with a counter outside the 0 costs. You've got this one where you can rest 5 and return up to one of your characters, opponent's characters with 6 or less to their hand. No, it doesn't even say owners. It says any. So you can bounce one of your own cards, I guess, if you really needed to. Maybe you need an on-play. I mean, the versatility is nice. This is not restricted to just your opponent's characters, so maybe you need to bounce something and you want to pay 5 Dawn for it. You got the option to get another on-play. Or you bounce one of theirs, and of course, if you need to, you can use it as a 2K counter, which is kind of nice. A lot of these things used to only go for like, you have to discard to get 3K, or you, like the Nell one, you discard for 1K, and it replaces itself. Wang Zi, on play, you may trash one card from your hand. Place all of your opponent's characters with the base cost of 1 at the bottom of your opponent's deck, or their deck. Pretty good. This is really just old meta hate. Get the old stuff out. Here comes the new stuff. That's really all this is. It's a decent blocker. Will it see play? Possibly, if you're looking for a blocker for that turn. If you need it for the turn 4, you need some kind of like defense here. Maybe you'll see some play. But in reality, this is just to push the new meta out, or this current meta out. That's its only intent. Push and force people to play OP17. Another 2K counter with a main. You may rest up to one of your Dawn cards, up to one of your Roxy gain unblockable. That's pretty good. This one obviously will be a 4 of and staple in the deck because you need the 2K counters. But on top of that, you're gonna have to look out because there are ways to buff your leader on attack and discard cards. So your leader getting unblockable and all those cards, if they have all the Rocks Pirates out, it's actually gonna be kind of scary. Your leader can close the game out out of nowhere if it gets up there, so be careful. Got Captain John, the one that the treasure that Buggy found earlier in the I think it was like mid storyline here. If your leader's type includes the Rocks Pirates and this character is rested, your opponent cannot attack any card other than this character, Captain John. You may rest this character, draw 1 card, and trash 1 card from your hand. So basically, you just get to make this the new the new kid, I guess, for blue. But it is a 6K, so it's a lot weaker. It's gonna be a lot easier to get over a 6K than it was an 8K. That's for sure. Also, it does turn it into a forced in target with a little bit easier to counter out of. So this one I can actually see being 100% a staple. Everyone's gonna want to be having 4 copies of this. If you're playing Rocks, you're gonna want to have 4 copies of this. Easier to counter out of a 6K than a 5K, that's for sure. On your opponent's attack, you may rest this stage. Actually, you know what? This goes hard against Yamato, too. Surprisingly goes hard against Yamato. Because it even gets around the unblockables. This is how you get around unblockable. You force them to have to attack this card. This goes real hard. All right. I'm now just putting this together. That this will nullify the leader, the 6-cost Yamato attack. It'll be easily counter out if you're going to attack with the blocker Mononosuke, and then all you have to worry about, like if they try to get attacked with the unblockable, you could just use this as a defense shield. It's really good. Full of lead on your opponent's attack, you may rest the stage and trash 1 card from your hand up to one of your leader characters with the Rocks Pirates, and up to one of your characters, including Rocks Pirates, gains plus 1,000. So this is going to be your 1K enabler for all the no K that you're playing. So again, one of those things where you're going to be leaning pretty heavy in the early game. You're going to want to play this card at 4. You're going to want to see this early in your game plan, because you're going to want to prevent yourself from falling victim to the biggest weakness this deck has, a known lack of counter. Ganzui, if this character would be removed from the field, you may trash 2 cards from your hand instead. That's only protecting this character. But on play, your leader's base power becomes 6 until the end of your opponent's next end phase. That's not terrible. I prefer this would have been 7, to be honest with you. 7 is that magic number that seems to be power crept into. So 6 is great, but 7 is really what this current meta has pushed things into. Like 7's a lot harder to swing into. Then we have Strusin on play. Look at the top 2 cards at the top of your deck. Reorganize them in any order. Place them in the top or bottom of your deck. I gotta turn this down. Sorry. All right, Strusin on play. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Reorganize them in any order. Yeah, I already went over that. So, and then draw a card. So it's a scry 2, not even scry. Just reorganize and draw. Or on bottom. Oh, it is scry. It is scry. Reading the card explains the card. Top or bottom. So you scry 2 and then you draw 1. This is a good 1 cost. I agree with you, Mr. Lego Face. It's good. I really enjoy early games where you can kind of like look for the answers, maybe try to fix the hand a little bit. So not bad. Get rid of 2 dead cards if you need to, and then draw a card. It's good. Scry 2s have always been really powerful in games. Curio, if one of your characters would be removed from the field your opponent's effect, you may trash 2 cards from your hand instead. This one I like. This one's going to be necessary. A lot of OP17 has been moving into a lot of removal base metas again. We're getting a lot of cheaper double removal type events and certain cards, so I definitely, you're going to need to start leaning heavier on these protection cards that go out of their way to protect the rest of the field. The 4K body is actually probably one of the best anti-counter stats you can get, or anti-removal, sorry, stats you can get on a card, where a card replaces itself, so it's an easy way in, and you can protect your field. All around, this is really good. And it's a remove from the field. So bottom decking, trashing, bouncing to your hand. It gets around all of it. You're going to need this, and you're going to need this in every deck. Hey, Google Nut, good to see you. Welcome back. We have Barbell. On KO, your opponent places 2 cards in their hand at the bottom of the deck in any order. That's really good. That's really good. That's gonna. This is gonna go hard. Activate main once per turn. You may trash 1 card from your hand. This character gains plus 3,000 power during this turn. Oh my god! You got a 5-cost 10k swing. This. I don't even remember this dude. I've seen the whole arc. I don't remember seeing him. This guy goes hard. You're drawing all these extra cards. You got all the rest of this, and on top of that, it's got anti-KO. You don't want to mess with this. I mean, I guess it can be bottom decked, and there are other ways to get rid of a 5-cost like this. But you run this and this. Come on. Good luck. Don Marlin. On play, add up to 1 blue event card from the cost 0 from your trash your hand. All right, this makes sense. Good stats, 3 cost, 0. Get those 0 costs back. That's a good card. I think it would probably run about 2 or 3 of these. Good stats, and I need to get those zeros back. All right, we got the counterpart for Brogium. What is it? It should be on the card name here. And it's Dory. Dory and Brago combo here. We got the other half here. If your leader has the alphabet type, play up to 1 Dory with the cost 5 or less from your trash or hand. Then you cannot play a character's cards during this turn. So basically, these Dory and Brago come out together, and of course these characters are the 12 costs, so they can be the blockers that you want to activate with leader ability. I like it. I like it. You can get 2 of these bad boys out. Mr. Lego Fest, with Rainbow Luffy, would the blocker activate for the Broggy? For example, I'm planning on going to the pre-launch event, but can't work that part out. So, if you're playing the Rainbow Luffy, you're not going to get the blocker capability because the the black leader is what's enabling the blocker capability. See if I can pull up the card and show it to you. Hopefully, you got some spoilers here. It's not going to work, sadly. And then let's get some images. It's a very piss poor image. Come on, give me something. Here we go. Go away, advertisement. Go away. So all your characters with 12 or more get blocker. This is a static ability on this Luffy. So you will not get the blocker if you play Rainbow Luffy. If you're in the limited event, if you can get Dory and Brago, this is still a very good card to bring together. But the only way you're going to get these turned into blockers is if you're playing specifically with the Black Luffy. Now, some events do allow you to play with external leaders or leaders within. Ours specifically recommends Rainbow Luffy, or if you pull a leader from the pack, you can use that leader if you want to for your limited event. But we still recommend to most people play Rainbow Luffy. It's the greatest leveler. It gets around and makes all the cards actually playable because most of them are locked to like leader, leader cards and leader decks. And if you want to get the best use, play Rainbow Luffy. You will not get blocker though, because it is that Rainbow Luffy, of course, right here, that is enabling your ability to turn them into blockers. And this is not Rainbow Luffy. Rainbow Luffy just counts as every card. Does that make sense? So it acts as the name of every leader only. Exactly. So it actually works just as also cards too. So Mr. Lego Face, there's cards out there to say if you have this other card out, your Rainbow Luffy is that card. So if there's a stage that says, hey, you need the stage out, the leader is the stage. If it says, hey, you need to have this other character out, the leader is that character. It counts as all of those things unless it specifically, unless it specifically says this named card character. The only time the Rainbow Luffy is not that card is if it specifically calls the card by type out in the rules. I hope that makes sense to you. What I'm trying to say, I wish I had another example here to go through, but the card would have to physically say, unless you have a Jinbei character out, you can't activate this ability, then it wouldn't work. But if it says you need to have Jinbei in play, your Rainbow Luffy is Jinbei. I hope that makes sense with the rules. I hope that it gets to it. The only time it doesn't is when it only specifically calls out that it needs to be a character card or it needs to be a stage card. If it says this card needs to exist and it just says card, your Rainbow Luffy counts that way. But he's not a stage. He's not a character. So if it calls out that character or stage specifically, it doesn't work. All right, some more card reveals and some arts here. Oh my gosh, this goes so hard. Nico Robin, Monkey Luffy, and Usopp. Man, these go so hard. I really wish this deck would be good. I really want this deck to be good. This is the biggest issue I have with this Monkey Luffy. It's the new small rush deck that turns these guys into 5k characters. Fine. I'll play the guy that gets me 12 cost or higher. I'll make these things 5k. Most decks have ways of making the leader a 6 or a 7 or even an 8k power for the turn. And the biggest problem I've seen with black, now I haven't played with this deck often, so I don't know a lot how this is going to work, but at playing Yamato through and through, the biggest problem I've had playing an all black deck is allocating Dawn is extremely difficult. There's not a lot of enablers that give me rested Dawn. There's not a lot of enablers that give me the ability to not have to continue to keep pressure on the board. With that means these cards being 5k just get nullified if their leader is a 6k power or a 7k power. They just completely nullifies it. And it makes these characters just kind of like a waste of space. While it's great you can get them out early, it's great you got them turning themselves into 5k bodies real early. If their leader is for any reason a 6k leader or higher, you're gonna need Dawn to allocate to these swings, and that's not always available. Mr. Lego Fest, so example, if it says your stage card Luffy or character card Luffy versus if it's having Luffy card out. Yes, exactly, Mr. Lego Face, 100%. Yep, you got it exactly right. But yeah, I don't know, the black just seems like a trap. It's good, it's low to the ground, you can play multiple of these characters, but you got to be careful because you're going to probably have to allocate a lot of Dawn on these attacks to make the attacks go through. I think this has a good chance against going quick against Kaido. I think it has an opportunity, or not Kaido, I'm sorry, against Rock's Pirate. I think this could have a very favorable matchup against Rock's because it can put so much pressure out. But again, remember, we saw Rock's cards that bumped the leader up to 6, and the minute it starts getting the buffs, now this deck's starting to fall apart. Yeah, no problem, Mr. Legoface. All right, the Loki card. This character gains plus 12 cost, and if on your opponent's turn and attack, it's basically 11k body. On play, KO to one of your opponent's characters with a cost 4 or less. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. More and more of these cards I've seen released from OP17 are going hard on removal. Bottom decking, returning to hand, trashing, KOing. A lot of these cards are going right back into the removal, which is why the older cards that have the anti-removal are going to be a higher demand. If you're starting a deck build and you're starting to look into what the OP17 meta is going to look like, you're going to want to include several copies of anti-removal cards, whether it be the 2K that helps with the color. I know the red one sucks, but if you got to do it, you got to do it. You're going to need it. Edward Newgate 10 costs. We've already seen this before. Here's the alt art of it. If your opponent has a character with 10,000 power or more, this card gets a cost reduction of 4, so it's a 6 cost. In the late game on play, monocolored leader's base power becomes 8,000 until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. It's 8,000 power now. This is the kind of stuff that just shuts down black decks. Or any of the decks that are trying to fight low. I mean, this is actually what's really good against the green-blue Monkey Luffy decks. Get your leader up to these high 7/8s. Unless they have Bonclay, it's not easy for them to swing into this. Devs, good to see you. Welcome back. We got Ben Beckman, which we've already seen in Spoiled, so these are just the nice alt arts here. Of course, the Shanks, I think the Shanks has 3 different alts in this set. Good for him. I mean, he's got the manga, he's got this alt here, the regular version of it. I feel like I've seen like 4 arts, but it's probably just 3. I feel like I've seen 4 alt arts for this. Doesn't have the SP though, too? Doesn't have like the really cool hockey SP? I think it was a Shanks. This Shanks is going to go hard. This is exactly why everyone's saying green is going to be OP and OP17. And by OP, I mean overpowered. Hey, go get it. Go get him. We got Ben Beckman and Yasop in the alts. We got lead performers, Kaido and Kaido. So we've already seen these before. You can sack this one to get any of the lead performers. Of course, you got the blocker Kaido we were already looking at. And then the other 10 cost Kaido. Lots of ramp. This thing's a turn 3 10 Dawn deck for sure, so look out for that. And of course the alt arts for the Charlotte Linland deck. This is the other one that really has me terrified. Charlotte Linland's ability is probably one of the scariest out there as a leader. Thanks for the notification, Twitch. Oh yeah, thanks. Shanks into restand leader effect into Luna. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, right? Yeah, Des, you know what I'm talking about. This stuff's gonna be gross. Green is gonna be one of the most OP. Okay, here's our Gold Dawn. Of course, the 4 Emperors, the Rocks Pirates, Monkey and Loki, Monkey, Luffy, and Loki. And then my plan is to crush all 4 Emperors. I like it. All right, 1 second. I thought I had somebody answer the door. It looks like I'm gonna go answer the door real quick. I'll be right back after this quick message.
Shines and the light that guides my way. I praise before the Lord above who sent some work my way. Praise be now the week is over. I broke my back to get my pay. Now I can be who I am. I want to be who I am. Let me be who I am. I want to be who I am. That's right, yeah. Shines, may it shine some love my way. I can be who I am. I want to be who I am. Let me be who I am. I want to be who I am. Let me be who I am. I want to be who I am. I want to be who I am.
para mí. Flying in the sky, you'll be always mine. Para siempre, forever. Your fears for getting me alive. No es el tiempo de llorar. Quiero amarte así y desearte así para siempre, forever. Love me, no deplorar mi amor. Kiss me, no quiero este dolor. Touch me, adoro esta piel que quema. Soñar para siempre, para siempre.
I'll see the sunshine in your eyes. I'll wait until the end of time. No, non es una aventura. Quizás una locura. Para siempre. Forever.
I swear there's no one to compare with you. You are my paradise. Quiero amarte así y desearte así para siempre, forever. Love me, no deplorar mi amor. Kiss me, no quiero este dolor. Touch me, adoro esta piel que quema, caliente. Love me, kiss me, te siento palpitar. Touch me, empieza a soñar para siempre, para siempre.
Yo quiero amarte así. Desearte. Desearte para siempre. Para siempre. Forever.
Para siempre, para siempre.
Welcome back to Humble Pie. I'm your host, Jimmy D. With me,
Hello, I'm Sai.
you might have seen him from the thumbnails. You might have seen him from all the YouTube videos we've done. Sai is one of our top contenders here in the Charlottesville, Virginia area. When was the last time? I know you got a top and a win. One of our. Did you win one of our championship series?
No.
No, you come close. I know you've been in the top bracket multiple times. I've had your name on there so many times, but I thought you'd won one of those things. But you did take home. What was the last big? I know you've done some big events. I'm not trying to call you out. I know you.
No,
have.
I genuinely don't remember.
You really don't remember. He's humble, guys. He's humble. This is why he's on Humbro Pie. He's humble about it.
This is true.
One of our outstanding players has decided to join me and help out on the stream and start doing some awesome talks about some of the gameplay that we have here at Lifelink Games. And I'm super excited to have him. Welcome, Sai. Please help you guys welcome Sai to the group. We now have a new caster, so I have someone to bounce some talk off from, as well as someone else to help me engage with you out in the chat as I'm rambling on. I can't say that word.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting. That's we.
Can we ban him? Can we ban him?
Yeah, we technically can. We can time them out if you want to. I'm not going to though. I don't like to time out people, but right here, there's like little like timeouts right here. Yeah.
Say less.
Yep. Cam Sharp says, "Oh no, not this guy." Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, Cam. If you guys don't know, Cam is our local scalper.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Cam's good people. I love him. He's been on camera as well. It's good to see it, and you get to actually see the name because it's great. The first round today in content, we have you on camera going up in the first round, so we actually get to see. That's going to be kind of a challenging one to throw at you. I've always found that doing commentary over your own gameplay, it's harder to kind of like work as an announcer because you're so invested, of course, in yourself. And then sometimes you get these ideas like, oh, I think I made a stupid play mistake here, and you're kind of like foreshadowing what's going to happen here, and where the rest of everyone else is like, what are you talking about? We're watching the game live.
If I'm being honest, if I really play bad, I'll like go back and analyze. Like I think the last one we had biased commentary incoming. Yeah, okay, Blackbeard player. The last locals we had, I lost to Sea Dog, and she was playing Yamato.
Yamato, yeah.
And
She's been crushing
I
with
knew
it.
that was an unfavorable matchup for Mihawk, but like I went back and like figured out why I lost. But like most of the time, I play my game, and unless like something crazy happened, I'm just like, yeah, bro, I just forget.
In Mihawk, and it was actually something I was talking to the rest of the guys before, and it's the same weakness I think that the Black Luffy deck's going to have, is it struggles into 7K base leaders and 8K base
Mihawk?
leaders. No, the Yamato decks.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I was comparing the Yamato deck to what I'm seeing in Monkey Luffy. So Monkey Luffy has a lot of cheap cards that turn into 5K bodies, but Black can't allocate Dawn very well. It wants to maximize the Dawn use to apply pressure every turn. So all the early games, it's constantly putting characters on the field and tapping out to do so. But when you do that, you don't have any Dawn to allocate. So in the late game even, and if you've seen the combos where you go for the Mononosuke combo if you have it, or if you go for the blocker to get the cycle going, right? Or you play the other event card that costs 6 to get the cycle going, they still run out of the ability to allocate any Dawn to the attack. So while it has 5K swing, if your leader's a 7, you're negating 3 to 4 of those attacks, literally just being a 7. Because you're preventing them from being able to properly allocate the Dawn to get over. And when you're a 7, it's really easy to stop that unblockable 2K with a 2K. You know what I mean?
That is true, but I don't think there's much. I mean,
You've
just
got
thinking about
Law and Beppo.
Well, sure, but I'm saying, like Black Luffy specifically, right? It pings a lot of 5s early, and I mean late game pinging 5s is great, but there's not a lot of decks that go like plus, like increase their leader permanently late. Next set a lot. I mean, of course, there's Mihawk, there's Newgate, but those are also like kind of late game decks. So early game, you're still paying 5, and it's fine.
Well, Brock's just got a character that's going to push up to 6K for the turn, which that in itself is going to kind of like negate some of those attacks.
6K for the turn. Which one?
Yep, it's the new 4 cost when it comes, it turns the base power.
Oh, sure.
And then you also have the one that you can turn sideways and force the attack, so it actually gets around the unblockable.
Yeah.
In red, you have Zoro at 7 that does it. And honestly, for me, playing against the deck, if I could go back to back plus 2K in any deck, it usually got me out of the threat range, and I need to play it when I knew that they were going to go off. Like if the Yamato deck's about to have the turn where they go attack, I've always just been like, all right, this is the turn I need to drop something to buff my leader up higher. And I learned that actually by playing Roger, because I realized how favorable Roger was into that matchup. Because in the late game, I can get him up to 9K. And they're looking at me like, I got all these swings, but you're a 9K leader. Yeah. What am I doing? I've got nothing to swing into this thing. And
but again, I don't know how much you've played Black Luffy on the sim.
Not on the sim.
That deck, I mean, I haven't played. I've played against it quite a bit, and it's really fast.
Oh, I believe it.
It's really fast to the point where the 5K swings late game don't matter because it's just like they've already done what they needed to early game. It's kind of like Goofy, where like late game you're still playing the 2 drops because they draw, but it's like late game, you know, you're establishing your buggy and your prisoner and your boa. And it's
Absolutely.
Like, they've done the 2 drops have done their job, so it's like
you don't
they're just
care
not
anymore.
as important.
Okay.
Late game.
All right.
At least that's what I feel like.
Well, and that's why I think it's going to be like the best deck against Rocks, because Rocks needs a couple turns before he can get up there, and you're going to have a lot of these early game swings. And Rock's already notoriously is going to have low counter unless they have a character that gives them the capability to give them counter, or those 2Ks that they're only going to have like what I think 8 right now. Zero cost. They've shown 2 events.
Technically, they have 12 because the 10 drop turns into a 2K if you have only bricks.
And the 10, yeah. And the problem with the 10 is the other problem that I have with the deck is I've seen a lot of matches on the sim and people playing blue, and they're like, I need my 10 cost, I need my 10 cost, I need my 10 cost, and you don't see it. Even though you draw a lot, if you don't see it, go ahead.
I think that's just a skill issue. You draw so much as that deck. If you don't have a 10 drop by 10, I mean, you just go home.
It's not your day. It's not your day. Go home, guys. You're just not going to get there.
I mean, it's like playing Emu and like by 10 dawn, like you don't have your elders. Like, yeah, okay, bro.
What have you been doing?
Home, like,
yeah. I feel like the deck isn't working out for you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make some good commentary when we get to the match. But yeah, a lot of what we're seeing here, I think Luffy definitely has some early game pressure. I think it works more like a rush deck. Again, black looking more like red. But I think its answer is red, again, because the Whitebeard Pirates has even more answers to put Whitebeard at 8K for the turn. It's other Whitebeards pumping up. It's in red has a lot of pump up characters for the turn. I love like the way that, and we'll talk about this when we go over the deck list with in the future here, because I got some awesome commentary on how buffing works and what you're doing psychologically to your opponent. And we'll go over that when we talk about the deck list. But it does do a number on these decks that really try to spam 5K swings. And if you could do that against decks like that, you're going to have a better time and likelihood that you're going to win the matches more often than not. Especially if you time it right. You got to know when your opponent is going to have that massive swing turn and be like, nope, I'm 7K. Good luck. And then just watch them just not attack you. And it's so much value because they still want to go through the cycle because they need to do something, right? But if I was honestly looking back at it and watching some of the matches, if you are a Yamato player out there and the leader did go up to 7K, your best bet is to put out a blocker and invest all your Dawn and everything else. That's my personal opinion. Like if you're in there and you have like a decent sized board and their leader's at 7K, don't go through the cycle. Try to wait them out of not having something to buff it to 7K and then go through your turn and play that attack. If you can. That's just my thoughts on that.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes late game, the best thing to do is just like play out your 2-drop blockers, swing once with lead, keep your board up, and be like, yeah, you got it, bro. Pass. Go. You got the unblockables that come through. You can massively get some extra life hits and then get them down low enough in the card or life side where the unblockable really just is a game ender. So if you're out there playing those type of strategies, think about that, guys. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And that's the biggest issue I've seen with One Piece players, where I've learned this from Magic the Gathering, from Versus, from Yu-Gi-Oh!, from playing card games all the way back when you'd have these awesome combos, but if your opponent had, I'm going to shut off your combo on board for the turn, then you didn't do it. You try something different, and you wait, and you try to survive the next turn, and then you do it. Because the likelihood that they do it twice back to back is very small. Well, if they do, you probably weren't winning that game anyways. Yeah,
in my opinion.
That's true.
Yeah, if they do it twice, 3 times, this game wasn't yours to win. I'm sorry. All right, let's get back into a few card reveals, and then we're gonna get into the match 1. You ready?
Yep.
So right before you got here, we were talking about some of the gold dawns right here that I'm really liking. Which one of these is your favorite?
I think the rocks look sick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It is different. That's the first silver.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, just the border. I was like, dude, this is so cool.
Right?
And even the 4 emperors, like that's all their alt arts. And I just think it looks cool. I mean, I just like Shanks.
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
I'll definitely be chasing the Loki Luffy myself because I just love this pair, and I've been in love with this guy's art since. Did you ever go back the day and watch the anime and that they had that like the shadow on
You're
him?
talking to the wrong person. I am very slowly reading the manga.
Oh, okay.
Very slowly.
Well, the silhouette they had for this guy was like this goofy.
I have
like,
seen that.
Yeah.
It looked very stupid.
Yes, it looked very goofy. You're like, wow, this guy was an ugly duckling, blah, blah, blah. And when they finally revealed what he looked like, you were like, that doesn't look anything like a silhouette.
They did the same thing with Big Mom, though, right?
They did. Yeah. So I'm glad that he kept us guessing, but I think most people had it in their mind that he was an ugly duckling, and he was just like, and the person he asked to marry him. I guess I shouldn't be talking, but I mean,
No, you can say what you want.
it's just like she wasn't the biggest chase on One Piece, like of all the characters.
I mean, yeah, compared to him, no one's.
Yeah, right.
So.
J-Lo says, to your last point, the way I think about it is of value. If I swing with a character and don't want to lose it, I want to make sure my opponent will pitch more cards. Then will it be a swing back into my characters on their turn? Exactly. That's a good point. Like J-Lo's talking from a defensive position. Like if you can't get any value on your swings, don't put your characters at risk and play through just because you can. Like save those answers. Don't attack. Pause, like put out the blockers if you can. Make sure you don't put yourself down to 0 life with a blocker up. Like if you have a blocker, use it before you go down to 0. Always, 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 people. That is a hard rule in this game. Never let yourself get to 0. Too many cards to take advantage of that. Well, I got this new Monkey Luffy. This one, green. I'm playing. May rest one of your Dawn cards. This character gains Rush. Do you think you're going to see this in the new Shanks deck?
This is Don Krieg support.
It is, yeah.
East blue, 5 or less, draw 1. I mean, the deck suffers from draw already, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get a rush body. It's East blue, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's too bad. Of course, I don't play Don Krieg at all, so I'm just.
I played it for a couple matches.
Here,
yeah, no, please, that's what we're here for. I agree with you. I thought this was more of a Don Krieg card. The leader they're pushing, of course, is Shanks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't really see this fitting well in Shanks.
I don't think it's going to be running Shanks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 4-5-1. And I think on 4 Dawn of Shanks, you always just want to play Lucky Roo.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Hands
So-
down. The card's nuts.
Yeah.
Right? Can't Stop Games, you're thinking small. That's a Kuro card.
Low key,
Oh.
East blue, rest 2.
Yeah.
Might have a thinker. We might have a
Yeah,
thinker.
Can't Stop Games is right. We didn't go deep enough.
Yeah.
Let's get some callback. Is Kuro even legal?
No, block 1.
Yeah, block 1. So, pirate parties. For
You can't
pirate
play them.
parties.
Pirate Party's still standard rotation.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
pretty
Pirates
sure it
ban
is.
list. What is the old one for the old? Oh,
Extended? Like,
extended. Yes.
Yeah. Eternal format or whatever.
Yeah, the eternal format. So we still do this on Thursdays?
We do. I just think between Tuesdays and Saturdays, I think it's just
It's-
a bit too much for people to go out 3 days a week.
3 or even 4, because you think about it, we have so much. We try to give you guys as much content as possible, and like so much stuff to do. And you have Tuesday, you have Thursday, you have Saturday at 1, you have Saturday at 6:30, and then if it's a release weekend, God forbid, I mean it's gonna be Friday night, Saturday in the afternoon, and on Sunday. Like it's just back to back to back to back to back events. So yeah, I can understand why. What do you say, Bob? Ban him on BDIF?
Who, Don Krieg?
Yeah. Ban the side guy, doesn't even know the green card.
Me and Wolf were playing at his place. I was playing
Okay.
Emu, and he was on Don Krieg.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's kind of like a miserable matchup for Emu. Like, it's scary,
Yeah.
man. I mean, of course, I made him very angry, and I never had a card out on board, so he never got his, like, attach Don here, do this.
Mm-hmm.
So he was very angry, but I don't know, just like the -2, I was like, dude, this sucks.
Emu supremacy.
I agree.
Good for you, Can't Stop Games, because that's what we're gonna see in round 1. Emu's coming back. I like that. I had some comments when I was watching the game. I was like, I know what I'm gonna say about this game. And I'm really impressed with you because this Emu deck reminds me a lot of what I've seen in other card games when it comes to meta changes. But here's the altar for Lucky Roo. This one's gonna be an absolute staple.
Well, this is Chinese treasure rare specifically, so we
Oh,
don't
nice.
have access to it.
Oh, all right. Well,
It's still a sick card, but
yeah, we're just never gonna see
yeah.
it. That's a shame. Chinese get some good stuff. A lot of 2Ks, a lot of the 2Ks. We got another 1 cost counter up to one of your leader type characters, including Whitebeard gets plus 2K, and give it to one of your opponent's leaders -2, or characters -2K.
Actually, a really good card because it's that's -2 for the turn.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's actually like insane card. Kind
that. Well, I've always enjoyed the utility of this. Like, say you only needed a 2K counter, now you can negate another
Right.
characters because you're not doing it to the same character. You can make that a 4K if you want to, but you also have the option of saying, I'm going to 2K counter out of this swing, and then I'm going to nullify the attack of that one, which is extremely powerful.
It's like Raw Heat Strike in Red Yellow Bonnie. Such a actually irritating card because you're 9K lead permanently.
Yeah. And why I love it. Utility cards like this are always going to go harder than the rest. This is going to be, I think, where we're going to see more cards move to with the power creep. Is going to be these two different modes, and I think it needs to be that way, especially if you're going to play a 1-cost counter, because you're telecasting when you have Dawn Up. Like, you're always telecasting what you have. So these ones make it a lot harder for your opponent to figure out the attack order. It's one thing to say, oh, they got the 4K counter,
right? So
I know I need to attack over the 4K. It's another to say, oh, I need to attack right because he's actually going to nullify one of my other attacks if I don't attack with the appropriate amount of Dawn on. Chainlaw says, only time Sai left a character on the board was on 10 Dawn.
That's true. And if I could, I would have got rid of all of them. Just to spite you.
Just to spite. We got another Whitebeard card Haruda. On opponent's turn, this character gains plus 3,000 power, so nice little 8k body on their turn. On play, K up to one of your opponent's characters with 2,000 base power less. It's just new, old
hate.
Yeah, old meta hate. That's what I call it. These cards exist to kill the old meta. Push it out. That's all it does. It's not going to kill all of them, but it's going to kill a lot of them with this constant KO and stuff. And I've noticed, I don't know if you notice it too, a lot of these cards, there's more and more of this KO, bottom decking, removal type cards where we kind of moved away from that meta for a while because we had the protection cards.
We moved away from it because, I mean, Emu existed, right?
Yes.
I think, like, similarly, if we get into a removal heavy format, I think Emu's just going to come back.
That's exactly what I was going to say when we get to the deck list, because I'm seeing so much of us trying to push it, and that's where Emu shines. It's like that's where you do a meta analysis, and you're like, everyone's playing this removal stuff. How do I make half their deck a dead deck? I'll play Emu because they can't do anything about it. It's like, oh, great! I just negated all the cards you're playing in your deck. Yeah, good luck. On play, K up to 2 of your opponent's characters with price 2,000 or less, and again, some old meta hate. Main.
This card is absolutely absurd. Now,
good.
Of course, as a green player, I think this card needs to be even more statted. But that's just me.
More statted than a 4K counter and a KO card for two?
I think, honestly, if we're being real, it should be a 1 Dawn, pop your opponent's entire board. But of course, I'm not biased in saying this. Active main, rest 6 Dawn, that's 7 total, it's a grab blade. Rest up to one of your opponent's characters, then pop 2 6s. So it's just a grab blade.
Well, it's more than a grab blade.
Well, yeah, also
because you can rest anything.
Yep.
You might want to swing into.
Yeah.
And then you just bottom deck the weenies and the blockers. Or
I
KO.
can't wait for Shanks.
KO.
You are right, my friend.
All Might is 100% right.
Now, I'm probably going to be playing Mihawk, but that's just me.
I'm thinking Shanks right now, personally, because I can't do it to the Big Mom. When it looks at the 2 leaders I saw the most powerful, coming from OP17, hands down, on paper, I think Big Mom wrecks. Just absolutely wrecks. The constant card hand hate, the constant life gain, all these things, like, it doesn't have a whole lot of attack power in early games, but it has so much longevity and so much heal that I think it doesn't need it. That eventually, once it gets there, then it's too overwhelming.
But I think if you have a deck that has a lot of hand, I think Big Mom might just lose, because if I have 13 cards in hand, yeah, bro, just choose one to pick. I don't care. Yeah. You're not gonna heal. I'm gonna get my board out, and I'm just gonna win. Like, of course. Like, this is me just playing Mihawk. I haven't played the matchup yet, but I'm thinking, like, Land of Wano Mihawk, I already draw so many cards. So I'm just gonna, you just take a card out of my hand, I don't care. When it comes to late game, I'm just gonna lob Beppo you, and you're just gonna lose.
You're gonna lose. Any game, and I was talking to River yesterday, I was training up one of my friends, Mike, on Mihawk, because he was trying to put his deck together. And I come to the board, and I see 2 long Beppos, and I look down, and I'm like, River, I'm sorry, the game's over. And she was like, no, I still have 3 life. And I'm like, listen, I've seen enough of these games. When they get 2 long Beppos, you ain't coming back. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's not even the 2 long Beppos. It's just the thing with Mihawk, right? Is just so much value for everything. It's just like I'll freeze your board.
Yeah.
And then I will still have Dawn Up, right? The problem with La Beppo initially was like, you play it out and it's great. You get the +2, but it's like, after that, when you don't have Dawn Up, you're kind of vulnerable.
That's true.
But Mihawk is just like, I'm gonna stun your biggest body. I'll restand 3 for Luna, and then you have no swings next turn except your leader.
Yep.
And if you swing your entire leader, I will just take.
Yeah.
And
what's 1 life and a 5 life
turn.
leader? Exactly.
Like,
what's
who
1
cares?
life? And looks like Hey Joe's out here said, let me trash your lawn Beppo.
Bro, go for it. I please.
There are a lot of plays, and it terrifies me. It terrifies me because she gets free cards out of your hand, even when you don't want to give it up, and and that's what terrifies me of it. And on top of all the life gain, but there's just it definitely has longevity, and I think if green plays smart with some banish, and if you can fit some double attack in there, there are some double attack in green. I legitimately think you should try to fit it in there, or simply play Teach. Yeah, I mean, Teach is an excellent answer to a lot of these problems. Yeah, like you're just negating and turning that stuff off. They have answers to just turn her off.
I'm gonna love to play Greg next set.
Right? No, I think he's gonna eat these people up.
I think Blackbeard's in a really good position next set.
It's phenomenal. The reason Blackbeard hasn't been seeing more play is because it requires higher level play of understanding the matchups. There's always been the crutch of decks that play Blackbeard. You need to know the meta that you're going up against, what you're going to play, and how to play against it. And once you've mastered that matchup, there's nothing touching you. You know what cards you're looking for. You know when you're turning things off when you're playing black. You know when you're going to use certain effects of the new yellow ones and trash effects and redirect effects. When you're playing against certain decks and where they're more valuable, and when to use them at what stage. There's a lot of layers to it. That's why a lot of people don't, because it's a big brain deck, and it definitely has longevity in the next format.
I think it's going to be really good next set. The only thing is, I mean, again, Greg is the expert here, but it might have a miserable Big Mom matchup.
Yeah.
Only because half the stuff plays out from life. And of course, you have the negate, but it's like Blackbeard cannot afford to pitch more cards than it already does from hand, right? So if Big Mom, when it swings, pitches one, you always, I mean, I think as Blackbeard, you kind of always have to choose to give them the life, which means they're just like longing the game. And of course, you know, once you drop 4 or 10 drops, you're in a really good position. However, if they drop 2 Big Moms and they have a board full of AK swings, you just, I think it'll be in Teach. Hey, it might be. Teach is really favored into yellow.
It is. It really is, yeah.
Who knows?
And Mike, I see out there on YouTube. Yes, we were talking about you. Yep. Always talking about friends when we're doing some training sessions.
Mihawk is BDIF, always, forever.
Right.
It's the best card, best deck ever invented. Also, Crude Oil is an insane power creep of Laboon. Like, if you go up real quick.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, rest 1 card. Yeah, okay, bro. What?
Yeah. But the anti-removal is going to be necessary.
Oh, no,
People
for sure.
And I think what it's going to do is it's going to cause this weird, like, heavy removal. No removal. You know, it's like, because that's what happens. The meta starts evolving about what everyone's doing. All these cards are incentivizing you to play heavy removal. And thank God the removal has different modes, because it legitimately would just turn the deck off if you had anti-removal.
Yeah.
Chayla says, Greg, you want to run a Linlin Teach match on the sim?
Oh, please let me know how this goes.
Yes, please. I'd love to see that one. I love seeing that matchup altogether, because I love decks that reward players for having like mastered the matchups, and reward the players that really have to think at a higher level than just, oh, I got a good character, I'm gonna swing in with it. All right, good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing the results of that matchup here while we get into our first round matchup here. So for the sake of YouTube, I'm gonna go to us real quick. For the sake of making it easier for me to cut and welcome into, let's get into our round 1 matchup where Sai is taking on Ace Titan. Let's get into it. And while we're talking about it, I actually need to update the board. So if you wouldn't mind just going through and reminding everyone at home, what's Emu all about?
All right, so I played Emu. Under the rules of this game, you cannot include events with a cost of 2 or more in your deck at the start of the game, and you can play up to 1 Mary Joie stage from your deck. Currently in the list, I've cut the 1-cost stage because no one is playing around Emu, so why would I have the extra card? So I always only have the Empty Throne, which is kind of like the other part of the leader effect, basically.
Yeah.
The stage is absolutely busted. Rest 3 Dawn and play up to 1 Celestial Dragon, or 5 Elders type character, I believe, with the cost of total down on your field. So once I'm at 10, I can play my big 10 drop. Now, I did go into this day praying I would dodge all my bad matchups, and I did. So thank God. I teched for my bad matchups, though. Specifically, can I use this?
Of course, man. Fire away.
This card specifically, now I had to dig for like an hour to find this card in my bulk because I was like, I'm never going to use this card.
Right.
But surprisingly, it's very good. Currently, into the small weenie decks, specifically Enel and Emu, or Enel and Goofy.
Goofy, yep.
Popping 2/3s,
Oh,
really good.
Anytime you 2-for-1, and this is the thing I remember back when I was playing massive black formats when Lucci was a thing. Anytime black 2-for-1s you don't feel like you can come back. You feel like the tempo is just taking away like the wind out of your sails.
Especially like into Goofy, like you're getting rid of Galdinos. Into Enel, you're getting rid of Dog. Very good. And then paired with the leader effect. Like once I play it out, I'm just gonna like pop it just to draw one. So I only lose one card in hand. So really good. Of course, you have the standard package of the 4/5 -2 insane card.
Are any of those not 4?
No, they're all 4.
Okay,
You have to have them
yeah,
4s.
makes sense.
You have your 4 searchers for consistency, another 4 for consistency. I mean, 4 of the events.
For the counter forte.
I honestly don't know why I have this as a 2 of. I think I just forgot to put in more Shirahoshis
Oh, okay.
because this on play never comes. Or it's searchable
cheap.
2K.
Okay.
I think that's why. Shirahoshi really good for when I'm very low in deck and so I don't want to deck out. Garp event, also kind of an insane card, low key if you think about it.
Okay.
Because it's a 1 Dawn. I'm always gonna have Dawn up as Emu, so it's a 1K. It's basically a 1 Dawn 3K,
Yeah.
and I think that's really strong, right? Because I take this, or I use this, take this, and I basically counter it out for 1K for no cards in hand, and then I recycle a 2K, which is just insane.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Ground Death, also an absurd card. Who knew Croc, OP14 Croc would be Emu support?
Right.
But
well, Ground Death, let's be fair. Yamato's playing this deck.
Yeah.
I guarantee this will probably see play in the Luffy deck. There was another, the Black Green Brook was playing this deck as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a 3 Dawn, negate a 5. And in current meta, that's negating the 5-cost Buggy in Goofy, so it can't give blocker. That's negating a lot of really good blockers, and then it's also just a +4. So a lot of black decks already go huge and trash. So like, it's just a +4 for a Dawn. I mean, what could go wrong? Not leader locked.
My good friend Mike here is asking for one day to meet up with you, and absolutely we can make that happen, Mike. You're playing the same decks that he likes.
Is he in the area?
Yes, he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Say less, bro. Meet me at Lifelink. I got you.
Yeah.
Of course, we have actually like kind of an insane card.
Oh, this card's actually insane.
I don't know,
This is
3 Dawn played off the stage and then pitch a card and then play out all 5, pop a 5, search, rush. Like, yeah, bro, like just absurd actually.
Right.
But yeah, that's Emu. Of course, you run a 4 of, even though this will never come up right now because I mean, no one's playing Emu except me.
Yeah.
I'm weird.
No. See, no. You're not weird. This is a meta read, people. This is something that, like, all right, we're gonna go to click just me real quick. And Can't Stop Games maybe wants to get on this one as well.
Say less, bro.
Say less.
Join me.
Guys, when you're doing meta reads like this, look at what happens in the behaviors of what things going to happen. Sometimes people leave into the +2K for their leader. You have to do something. When yellow starts going out there, you got to get the banish, you got to get those double attackers. You got to start siding those things in to start overcoming what happens to be ruling the meta. If the meta goes high KO, go the anti-KO deck. That just makes logical sense. This is when every meta changes in Magic the Gathering. Every single time red deck wins is being pushed right away. Every time red deck wins, first thing that comes out. Why? Because everyone's testing out the decks, they're testing out the combos, they're trying out new things. Red don't need to think. Red just say, go boom, go boom, go boom. And it's been like that even in One Piece with most red decks. Porkos the Ace came out swinging hard, and people were like discrediting that deck altogether. But while everybody else was like, oh, I got this really cool combo and trick I want to pull off, Red was like, AK face, AK face, AK face. I give it rush face. Like, and everyone's like, I was trying to do the AK in your face. you take it. It's like, it's the same thing red does in Magic the Gathering. It's just like bolt your face, and you're like, I'm trying to do this card combo. It's like, yeah, you're dead. I don't care. Bolt your face. That's what happens. And Emu is one of those counter cards where if your meta evolves that, do what I did and say, okay, if you guys are gonna play all this KO crap, anti-KO. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest though, this was not a meta call. This was just like, I honestly just had an itch to play Emu for like since 15, basically, since it was really bad. And then I was like, you know,
really bad. Wasn't it insane 15?
No, that's when Anel came out.
Oh, that's when Anel. That's right.
just
They
hard
shut this
counter
thing.
Emu.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna play it. And I was like, yeah, let me try it out again.
Yeah. Now that Anel's been
and I was like,
pushed out.
I hope I just dodge my bad matchups, and I did. Yeah, I mean, I went second. I was just like, yeah, it was just my day, I guess. I don't know.
And Mike's even saying in Hearthstone, day one of the new rotation, just go face. Just go face. Absolutely, Michael. You're 100% right. Cast Guy says, oh, I've been on Emu since 13 because the price has skyrocketed, due to the Poker Bros.
It's still like less than a $50 deck.
Yeah.
The only SR is
this. The 10.
That's it.
Yeah.
I
And that
mean,
was
rares,
still cheap, isn't it?
Rares, yeah. I mean, no. The only thing that's usable in is Emu, and Emu's not meta anymore, so it's probably like $2.
So it's probably like $2, yeah. And that's one of the things like, I love so much about this card game. They can't see the screen, but it is okay. I love so much about this card game is because the decks are incredibly cheap, but the payout for buying boxes sometimes and getting those loose packs is astronomical. Like your value in cards is like most of the packs are going to be like $2-3. Who cares? Whatever. The turn on investment when you get like a manga, you get an SP, you get yourself one of those really hard like event alt arts, and then the newest set that we're getting 2 different SP rarities, the gold and silvers, the gold dawn now that's going up for some massive values, and now silver dawn. There's so many big hits you can get out of these sets that overwhelmingly pay enough for you to say, can I turn this in for an entire deck? Yeah, absolutely. Because the rest of cards are incredibly cheap, where it doesn't work like that in Magic. No matter what they do, you're paying $200-300 for boxes, guys. It's getting expensive, and it's not even that good of the stuff you're getting. But you're spending $200 on a box. You can't build a deck from it. The decks are minimum of $400-500. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Can't Stop Game says highly underrated. I think the issue is I encountered Pinnell. The Pinnell really pushed it out. And Dev says. Yellow Kid, I can't wait to see Piss Kid again. We're going to see it again, I guarantee it. With the new structure deck out there, someone's going to come back with some Piss Kid.
New starter decks actually makes that deck really, really interesting to play against, actually. It's
Absolutely.
Very fun. Very fun. Now, it might just be UI Nami support in the long run, but who knows?
Oh, and Lucy hate. Yeah. Oh, Lucy, yeah. Lucy's really a big annoying deck in this one. If Lucy does what Lucy wants to do, it's a hard deck to play against. And speaking of red decks and going face, Ace Titan coming back with the old Port Ghasti Ace. We all slept on this. We all thought this is just not enough.
I'm still sleeping.
You still sleeping? I told and actually dissuaded some people from Ace Titan out there saying go to deck. I agree with you. Like we all thought this is not going to be there, and then it's time to wake up.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. This deck came out of nowhere and started winning tournaments left and right. As a red player, I main red decks most of the time just to make sure that I can keep my collection low and I can play all these other games and keep my brain power for all the other different games I play. I try to focus on this, and I was like, nah, I'm going to play Yamato. Yamato seems better. I was so wrong. This 8K body power gaining rush is Sanji good. This is Sanji level good. And some of these cards didn't even seem that powerful on paper, but some of them really started to be sneaky good. This little Oris Jr. being able to power itself up as simple as the turn after you play it, you're going to have an 8K body. On turn 8K defenders on turn 3 is nuts. And there are a lot of ways for you to do that.
To be fair,
go ahead.
It is just a 4K on turn 3.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But
after when you get to you play it on turn 2 if you're going even because this deck likes to go even.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So you play it on turn 2. It's probably not going to be used as a blocker for 4K. It's just going to be a body. But then it becomes on turn 3 an option of an AK swing
Sure, yeah.
or an AK blocker. And even so, either way you do it, it's still really annoying for the player now, having to deal with an AK body on the 6 Dawn turn. So if they're on the 5 and they're dealing with 8, that's not a good mathematical position to be in for most decks. The stats aren't going to outpace this thing. So Little Auras actually allows you to like stall in the mid game to get to your bigger half, the cards that are going to make the game changers. This card right here, by far, is a card I think should be a staple in all red decks. Every red deck should be playing this. Not only is it necessary because yellow is rampant right now, but the double attack mentality switch right here is insane. There's stuff that you guys have to realize. Oh, I just realized I can't even see the deck list.
Oh. Okay, it's red
I'm so
ace,
sorry,
no one
guys.
cares.
It's red purple. Port Gastiers. So, sorry, we're looking at Port Gastiers. Edward Newgate. This one is a deck I recommend for all red players, and here's why. You cannot change the impact that you're going to make to your opponent when you play certain cards. When you play a double attack card, your opponent now thinks, next turn, I have to block their leader swing. I'm going to put out a blocker. Because I need to go defensive, because I need to block that one swing next turn that's coming in for plus 2k double attack. Maybe I'm lucky, 8 Dawn turn, I only had to block a 7k swing. Maybe I only took 2 cards. If it comes out on curve, right? Okay, cool. I got away lucky, I got it. But next turn, I'm going to have to dodge this double attack again, or I'm going to be taking a 7k or higher to the face. So the only thing I can do is put out a blocker. You know what red's really good at? Rush and
Power reduction? Unblock.
turning off blockers.
Yeah.
This deck right here needs to be in here. I'm like, it needs to be Whitebeard, right, to get the rush? Does it need, or just AK body?
Just play Roger.
You could play just Roger. Roger has the rush, but it requires you to get down to 0. This 2-card combo has been extremely effective for me and Shanks. Extremely effective. I go into Whitebeard, they throw up all the blockers for defense. Then I go to 10 Dawn turn off your blockers. Now you got to be careful, because now you've turned all their blockers into attackers, so you really want to end the game. But you can punish your opponent's decision making based on how you're trying to pressure them mentally by forcing them to want to go into a defensive stature when you drop this guy. This instantaneously says wall up. I got to protect myself. And then if they try to wall up, there are cards you can say, oh, here's Shanks. Good job walling up, and I'm going to go for game. Because your blockers are useless. You probably don't have much counter. I'm going to hit you for double damage. And then I'm going to hit you, I'm going to hit you for all the rest of this stuff with the 10k bodies and everything else. Why am I looking at the OP17 deck?
This is not your OP17 deck. You're missing one very crucial card.
Very, very crucial card. Perfusa. But you'll get it. You'll get into it. That Newgate's insane. But this deck here, Can't Stop Games, says, if you guys didn't know, alting your deck increases your chance of winning by 5%. Honestly, yeah, it does.
I disagree.
Can't Stop Games, I'm not gonna lie, I think he's right. The next list of mine looks so different than that. All right, well, good. I'm glad to see you're evolving, Ice Titan, with this, because you need to. You need to evolve with the meta as things go. But I love this deck list all around. You got the AK bodies to finish with the sync. You get your ability to get the rush. You got Vista that deals with the low to the ground stuff right now, which is perfect. You also have this really powerful Ezo card on curve. So if you're on the even, you're going first. I'm sorry. You can play this here to get some of those answers, to get rid of some of those weenies here, and it gives you like a nice little ability to get the Dawn attachment, which is really hard for a lot of decks here.
Well, the thing is about this card specifically. Ace has a stipulation of you have to pitch a AK specifically.
This gets
Ezo's just pitch any card.
Yeah.
Additionally, the on play giving Arrestodon means you can give it to Ezo, and then Ezo gets rush, which 5-cost Ace does not.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. It's really it on the 5 Dawn turn, so you can easily get your rush on the 5 Dawn turn. Whereas I've seen other people have to go 4 Dawn here, attach 2 Dawn, then give it. If you could do it on turn 6, or your whole turn is play Luffy, attach 2, give rush, to get the ability to get that rush out there. And this one is in itself inactivating Thank you for that commentary. That's absolutely right. Getting this thing to get some rush in, and it's just so gross. We got some pop capabilities. So this is the old control Newgate. I remember we used to put this thing in Shanks all the time for some just ability to get rid of stuff. And this is where the meta's kind of evolving. People are putting more and more KO stuff. But I will remind Ace Titan that with this heavy removal, people are going to start moving to anti-removal, and with that, this is going to be a dead card. Now, it is an AK body, so it does synergize well when you have the Porkosty Ace out. It's just, you're going to want to be very, very careful with going into the removal. And I like this one right now just for the weenie matchups. This is good right now. I think it gets outclassed in the next meta. It's still all-around great ability. It lasts for the next turn, reduces some attacks, can KO up to something if you need to. It's all-around great, but I think it gets outclassed by all the new stuff you're going to be playing with it. All right, these are our decks. Let's see how the players... I got to get the matchup here. Let's see how the players do in round one. Let's see. I think it was this one. I had to play so awkward here because we're on one monitor here. There we are. There we go. Our players are set. Sai, now we get to watch you play. Now, how are you going to do this knowing... You know what happened in this matchup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you mean?
Well, with your casting here, I'm just curious.
Oh,
like,
okay.
How are you mentally treating yourself?
Well,
Because
I
it's-
was like, okay, I know Ace kind of just dies if he doesn't have the 5-cost Ace or the Luffy on board, so I was like, I'm just going to keep Mars for them,
Okay.
and then just go 7s late game, and he's just going to lose.
Okay.
At least that was my thought process going in. I talked to Jaden a little bit before this.
Okay.
Because in my mind, I was like, oh, this has to be a miserable matchup for Ace. And he told me, he was like, oh no, like, he played on the sim, and he was, he's like, yeah, like, I haven't lost to an emu. Clearly, he never played me.
Yeah, right. Now, is it because... Was he saying it's because of the constant rush and the constant beatdown?
I mean, it is very high pressure. And
Yeah.
we played a game after. I think it was the same day or like some day later. I'm going second here, but I went first just to see what it was like.
Yeah.
And that was much more difficult.
I can see why. Because you can't... It takes you an extra turn to get to the 10. And Ace is... The whole thing about Red... In most decks, it wants to beat you before you can get to 10 Dawn. Though, if Red is surviving 2 turns past the 10 Dawn turn, it's probably not winning the game. And most times I played Red, if I'm in those 10 Dawn turns for more than 2 turns, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just, this is not going well. I'm not being able to defend. My opponent's probably going to close out the game before I can. Because I should have already closed the game out.
Yeah.
And especially against your deck, like you're just going to keep cycling through this. I don't have longevity in Red.
Right.
It runs out of steam. Like it comes out swinging, and then it's out of gas. And the longevity of being able to wall up, and kind of delay to the late game will be your benefit. But you have to be able to get there. So, objective here for Ace Titan, get as many swings as possible. I'd be doing 5 and 5 if I was him right now. I'd be getting Garp in for a 5. I'd be getting this one in for a 5. We got one attack for 5.
I think he does do exactly that, if I remember.
Okay, which is good. This optimally, every single YouTube streamer I've seen talk about this, the 5 and 5 is the best turn if you don't have a 3-drop. If you don't have a 3-drop that's crucial to the board state, it's 100% what you should be doing with this turn. It guarantees gets a card in a hand and a card from life every single time.
So he does do that.
And if they have no counter, it gets 2 life, and that's a tell. If you're taking 2 life from 2 5k swings, they have no counter, guys. They have no counter. Run them over.
I don't know, if I'm going to be honest, if I'm playing Mihawk, I play that deck extremely greedily.
Turn it into a pseudo blocker. It's great. That's what I love about this. Like, that 2k was never going to get any more use out of this.
Yeah.
Not in this matchup. It would have against Goofy or the other stuff, but there's no way that gets any more use out of this. So Ace Titan got maximum value from this card.
Yeah. So just put a Workery, checking my trash. He does not become blocker yet. I only have 6 in trash.
Okay.
However, if I pitch a card, he does get blocker.
All right. But that's kind of early. I mean, you're only taking... Oh, you're taking 2 life here. So...
No, Emu's a 4 life leader.
A 4 life leader. Oh, that is. Oh, yeah.
Emu should be 5 life. If we're being
And
honest.
honestly, yeah.
No, it should not be. I was trolling by saying that.
No, I think it should be. It's a monocolor.
No.
It's monocolor. It should be.
It'd be, then, like, it would be so easy to get to Tendon. And it was just like, yeah, I'm just going to take. Emu would be
No,
busted.
it goes right back to me telling you, double attackers. Double attack. Almost all colors have access to double attack.
That's true.
Double attack, guys. If you're having struggle, you're having difficulties to get over it, add those cards in. Bell Luffy was an awesome like meta read back in the day. But was the green one? There's a green monkey Luffy that has double attack.
Yeah.
There's a red enabler that gives double attack, and something else that has double attack. Blue has Chaka and Pell, and some other cards. Let's see, what does green have for double attack? It has the Luffy and anything else.
I think that's about it. It has Banish and Smoker, but
Oh yeah. Oh, the smoker
I mean, it
Banish is
has
great.
GY Yamato, I guess, as a leader, but
Yeah. Good choice for new players. I always recommend that. Using leader ability, get some draw action. I like that.
I actually don't like recommending GY Yamato for new players.
Really? Why not?
No, because it I think it enables. It doesn't teach you good habits because the leader is like, well, I have double attack, and you're so inclined to be like, go face, go face.
Yes.
That it's like sometimes you have to go board, but it's like it feels like a waste not going face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
I
the
do.
deck also just runs out of steam so quickly.
Oh, it does. So for me, it's about learning the dawn. I agree with you, by the way, but it's learning about this like how my opponent's turns look, how my opponents work, I'm learning how the dawn goes there. I'm learning about the sequencing as we grow through. I'm learning the basics. I like this as the basics teacher. It will, though, if you get focused on that concept of I need to go face, teach you very bad methods for any of the deck out there because you don't want to be just go face.
Could you suggest a good deck for learning a balanced game? Now,
Oh,
I'm not
balanced
biased
game?
in saying this at all. Green Mihawk. But, like, unironically, I think if you're learning to play the game, I think blue decks
Yes.
and green decks, I think, are by far the best. Because,
you're gonna get more gameplay. Go ahead.
right, and I think green specifically, I also think when you start the game, you should start on, like, a B tier deck. Because then you're like, wow, this deck kind of sucks. But you, like, learn your matchups a little bit, and I think that's really important.
Oh, it is. You need to be paying attention.
Yeah.
If you're just winning like go face, go face, go face, you're not learning anything, like that you were saying with
Yeah.
this. So if you want to learn about the mechanics, learn how the decks are being played to kind of evolve yourself into like a Blackbeard type deck, I agree. Play some green that does some stuff. You got Bonnies, you got Mihawks, you got even Zoro to a degree still gets you in the idea of like resting characters and manipulating board and forcing you to make decisions. Am I going board? Am I going face? And it's still, while it is an Unga Bunga deck, it's less Unga Bunga than Yamato.
I also think, really quickly, Jaden here just swung his Marco into my Workery. I do think in hindsight that was a bad move because
Well,
I think
why
as
am I going board
ace,
at all?
if you don't kill me before I get like my second Elders out, you will guaranteed lose. You just don't have enough draw nor cards in hand. It was terrible after the fact. Yeah. But of course, in the moment, I was like, yeah, please, bro, go for it.
Well, yeah, right?
Now, I also remember making a mistake in this game, but I'll
Okay.
talk about that when that happens.
Absolutely. Please interrupt me when you see it.
But going back to Mr. Legoface, Green Mihawk unfortunately is a pretty expensive deck right now. So I like, of course, I play a lot of Green Mihawk, so I would recommend it. But realistically, if you want like a cheap blue deck, as much as I don't like Kuzan because I pitch one case to draw 2 bricks. I do think Kuzan is a good deck to play. I wouldn't recommend yellow because I think yellow inherently is too reliant on life.
It's all on the triggers. You die by the triggers, you lose.
Yeah, and I think that
or
makes
win by
it
'em.
being like, oh, I'll just take, and eventually
You're gonna get a bad take.
you're just like, you just take until 1 life, and you're like, wow, I didn't hit any of my triggers, and next turn you will just lose.
Michael says, "Oh, face versus trade in Hearthstone. The default of the trade to win the board over time, and it's the same one for One Piece. It can be, but in his situation, when we're playing Emu, all these guys come back. It's like a graveyard deck. It's a waste of time killing these things because they're just going to come back. And what we were trying to say is, Ace's goal here is get Emu dead before 10 dawn. I need Emu off the board and not playing 10 cost elders back to back to back. So, and this is mostly a red thing too. This isn't just Emu. Red wins when it can beat the opponent before it gets 10 dawn. Bello Betty, you don't get to 10 dawn. I beat you before you get there.
Now, Mr. Legoface, if you've played other TCGs, if you can like tell us what you like to do, I can maybe suggest a deck that's similar. Of course, if you love aggro, don't play blue and green. Play like Bello Betty.
Oh, yeah. Bello still win today, guys. Bello will wreck your world.
Peach, no good indolent. I told you.
Red Ace is fine.
Don't play Red Ace. Fake deck. Stupid deck.
Hey, it worked well for River.
Stupid deck. I'm just saying that because Jaden plays it. Or Ace Titan.
Ace Titan.
Oh, and that event that he just played, I don't remember what I swung
Is that an
into.
alt art too?
No, it just came in one of the starter decks. It's
It
just
does,
a
yeah.
foil. Oh, I was rereading it because it was like if you have an ace, you get like +3, and I was like, what? There's my tech
Oh,
card.
he gets a draw card. If he has an ace, he gets a draw card.
Yeah.
All right, so now this is a bad situation here for Ace
Getting
here.
the goobers out. That is
Yeah.
balance. You said to get more rounded, but yeah, OTK. What is, if this is personal, don't like. What is your financial situation? Because that can dictate a lot of what deck I suggest.
Yeah, true. Yeah, if you don't have the funds, you definitely stay away from Blue Yellow Nami.
I think this is where I make my mistake. I swing 8 into Marco. This is also a thing about One Piece players. We don't read, so I didn't know that the Marco
You
had an
get
on
back.
KO of getting him back.
He can just get it back.
So he does that and he gets it back,
Oh no!
and I was like, oh okay,
Oh,
bro,
no.
I guess like.
And it comes into play in attack mode too,
Yeah.
so you can't even attack it again.
So that was a very big mistake by me, but oh well, whatever.
Read cards.
Live and you learn.
Oh, he's good to fund it. I guess honestly, but I don't want to invest now when it's about to get bad.
What, Mihawk?
He's saying his friends. I mean, Mihawk, great.
No,
investment.
Mihawk. I think
Mihawk's
Mihawk
solid.
is still a top 3, top 5 deck next set. I would invest in Mihawk. I think there's a lot of trade-offs you can do, and there's a lot of interesting deck building you can
Yeah.
do. But as far as blue, I want to play a deck that is balanced, as you said. Green blue Luffy
Yeah.
is also fairly balanced.
That's very
Unfortunately, next set it kind of just dies.
so everything hates on it. Everything.
Red green Luffy is a very defensive deck. Oh, going back to the game real quick.
Sure.
Jaden here did play Rayleigh, and I am letting him know because Rayleigh -3, -2, and then pops at 3K or less.
Yeah, they
All of
can't
my
do that.
elders have just blanket. They cannot be removed if I have 7 or more, and I think I have like 14 in trash. And so I tell him this. He chooses to still take it.
Well, he's gonna minus their attack next turn, but and for life that's not
Oh,
too
sure,
bad.
yeah.
So they are gonna be reduced next turn into their attack, so forcing you to have to allocate Dawn if you want to.
Again, red. I don't know how to read. That's not just a red thing. That's a One Piece thing.
Miss Lego Fist, so I plan to play online mainly. First, the cost is issued. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So just play out with Mihawk or with Shanks in the next format. And if you're playing the sim, you can play Shanks now.
Yeah.
I would start working with that. That's going to be a well-rounded deck. And Ice Titan says, I totally forgot again to play my red. I don't know how to read cards, of course. And Michael, yes, we know you're not Mr. Lego. We're seeing from 2 different chats here. But in Hearthstone, I play aggro. In Magic, I'm grinding tempo and mid-range and everything. Well, Michael, you're playing the card you should be. We got him on Mihawk. I honestly, like, it is definitely his play style.
Control, yeah. I mean, I think green is the best control color, personally.
Yeah.
Of course, over time, if you really want to do control, play Mono Black Teach. I don't think there's a more
yeah.
control-y deck. But however, when you start to play Mono Black Teach, you will be like, wow, this game really sucks. Because
It's so hard,
that
guys.
deck is very hard. I respect the hell out of Greg for playing it because it's not easy. Especially, like, he's a Blackbeard.
Is he attacking
right.
board again?
Yeah.
Hey, stop attacking
I think,
board!
actually, here, I think is fine. Because
if you have another
Nostros-
10 cost, I'm done.
Well, I always have a time cost. I'm playing.
That's
Evo.
what I'm saying. Like,
But
this.
however, he swung into Nustjuro, and Nustjuro, I actually get the logic behind Nustjuro.
Okay.
And Peter and Jupiter, I understand swinging into
Okay.
because, Nustjuro minus is 2K,
Mm-hmm.
and that and you'll see here, minus 2K, and that next turn when I play my other elders, another Nustjuro gets
Oh, so
rushed.
that's a minus 4K.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And so that is
Yeah.
really strong.
All right.
For basically free, right?
Yeah.
So here I'm going 6 lead.
However, if Ice Titan's would have been going face here, getting those cards out of hand to potentially leave you with limited options, he would only need like one big swing with his leader, and maybe turn off your blockers if he was playing an anti-blocker.
No.
But he's not. I don't know if
Even
he's
then-
playing any Roger or if he's playing any like.
I think before the game he said, "I'm not playing Roger."
Oh
And
no!
then, however, after the game he was like, "Yeah, I had Roger in hand the whole time." I was like, "Okay."
What?
bro."
Okay. But see, if he'd be going face here, then he wouldn't have to worry about your next turn where you wall up with a couple blockers.
That's true.
You just hit face, you have 0. Not drop the Roger. No,
I'm going to be honest, though. I think he's just in a really bad position.
Right now he is, absolutely. Because you got the 10 Dawn.
Yeah. 10 Dawn with 2 life up, I'm very comfortable.
Any deck would be. If you're at 10 Dawn, you have 2 for these 4K counters. And if I'm a red player, I'm saying, "Oh, this game's gone too long. This game's gone too long. I can't win this thing."
Yeah.
But it looks like he's going to counter out of the Whitebeard attacks. This is where it gets real bad, though, because now we're going to be activating the stage and just doing this all over again. Miss Lego says, "Yeah, it's all good. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it." Well, appreciate you, Mr. Lego. Appreciate it.
I would also Cardi Kaizoku on YouTube.
Yeah.
He does a lot of like he has his own website.
Yeah.
I don't pay for it because I'm very cheap. However, he does go over like top lists a lot. Mm-hmm. Even though I recommend starting with like an okay deck. Like if you really find a deck that you like, and like obviously like you can go online and research a little bit more,
Sure.
saying like, oh, what does this deck do? Is it control-y? Is it aggro? And then like, you know,
And
try
always
it on
play
the
to your
sim.
strengths.
Yeah.
Always play to your strengths, guys. Like, if you figure out what kind of a player you are, stick with it. Mm-hmm. You don't need to switch just because you think of the meta switches. You can make cards work in your favor. Play to your strengths. Like, if those are the ones you make the quicker and faster and better decisions with, stick with it. Don't get the ones that are going to confuse you where you're like, oh, I didn't think about this. Like, make one where you know you're always making good decisions.
And going back to Michael real quick, he said likes to play aggro and then mid-range control. I think
He's all over
Mihawk
the
is a
place.
perfect
Oh, yeah.
option. It's very, very tempo oriented, and I mean that's why I like it. And it's also right now it's kind of aggro as well. You can get a lot of swings very quickly.
We'll say Ace is trying to see if he can protect this Whitebeard here, and I don't think he can.
See, that's why I think it was correct last turn to swing into Nusjiro, because that did just now. That's also he lost the +2 on leader as well because I got rid of Newgate.
Let's see, if he had Roger right here and he had punched in face, he would have an 8K, 8K.
We both have life on board.
I know, but that's why he should have been punching face before. He went board twice. He shouldn't. This deck should not go board. Red does not go board unless it's like I need to get rid of a Boa unblockable or something.
It depends on the deck because the Whitebeard giving -6 is very strong, and then the
Okay.
10k rush is very strong.
But had Ace gone face those 2 times and actually successfully got off and got the life there, had he been successful, this would be a Roger win the game type of situation.
I'm gonna be honest though, like when you play the game later, I've been punished by Roger so many times that I just assume if I'm playing red, I'm just gonna play around Roger.
Smart.
And so that's also the reason why I was like, oh, I can put him at 0 here, but I was like, let me just for the sake of it just play around Roger.
Oh, that's right. You did have another attack.
Yeah, and
all
like,
right, yeah.
I left him at
Yeah.
I didn't have one other attack, but I was like, okay, Nusjiro. I was debating. I was like, should I go face? Should I go
board.
Newgate? And I was like, okay, well, I think he will just die next turn for sure.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just guarantee that I can't die because I have 2 blockers.
Yeah.
Even if he played the Shanks that you were talking about,
Yeah.
I have a 4K and a 4K. That gets it a 2/8.
Yep.
Or I can just take both and get out of the 5K leader swing. Like I'm just gonna win.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Especially with what you have represented right now.
Yeah. Like I have 2 Dawn up. Right. He
Yeah,
swings
that's gonna
8,
be a 4K.
and it's like I don't know. I think I honestly took here.
No,
I didn't.
no. If you got the 4K, you get the 4K.
Yeah, and now he has no way to win.
Yeah. Now you can take if you want to. You got.
Yeah, swings 8 there.
Stop going board. He's just gonna get it back. Wait, this isn't Love Island? Sam Silly. Good to see you. No, this is not Love Island. Great callback. I like that though. Why? Oh, Ace. When I see you next time, like I'm gonna get you a sticker with my face on it and just says "Go Face" on it. Like if you're gonna play this
I
deck,
honestly think we should ban him. I don't like him at all. if I'm being honest. I hate the guy with a burning passion.
he's on again today though, with a different deck. But he's gonna be on again today. We're gonna have
Still
to cover
hate him.
Okay.
Doesn't change.
Can't Stop Games says, LOL. To be fair, in another world, getting rid
So
of a
real.
horse is a move. It is. But at this point, man, if you're playing red and you're not going face, I don't know what you're doing. Ace is so real. but not in this situation. No, there have been, and you described well, a good alternative. Yes, that was a good decision. It didn't pay off for him, but it was a good decision. But I'm still saying if Ace would have been going face the whole time, the decisions would have been a lot easier for him to know when.
I think, if I'm being honest, I think he lost the game when he swung into
the first
Mercury.
one. Yep.
I think that one moment lost him the game. Because if you remember, on my 8-dawn turn, I had 2 Mars out. If you had swung into life instead, I would have been forced to block. I guess I still would have had 2 blockers up. I don't know. It's kind of like iffy. Because swinging into Mercury just basically gave me a free draw. And the next turn, I just walled up with 2. I countered out of all swings. I'm at 2 life. I was like,
Yeah. You got a free block here with the leader swing. It's looking like Ace is trying to use the 2 Dawn to get maybe a free rush swing with the Monkey Luffy.
And this was a good play by him, don't get me wrong. Getting the Ace, turning 8Ks into 2s, and getting the Luffy to buff your leader to 7, also like very strong turn.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, he doesn't have, like, because he did that, and he cannot swing them, or else I will just guarantee
you'll
win.
get rid of them. Yeah.
I'm kind of just like, I'm just going to counter out of the 5. Yeah.
I thought he was 7 right now.
Well, he doesn't have Newgate.
Oh. No. Your guy. Isn't he pumped up on...
Oh, he's 5, but I just gave him a 1K.
No, your dude's pumping all the dudes by 2.
No, that's only on my turn.
Oh, it's only on your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my god, if that was on opponent's turn, yeah, GG's, bro.
I would, in my head, I was just
Enel
like...
would still be favored then, because Enel, the Mamaragan resting is like...
Oh, geez,
I
here
ground
we go.
death, I negate here.
Yeah, Ace is he's conceding. He's like, I can't do
I
this.
think we do play it out, just to see what happens.
Okay.
But...
Here comes 6, looking for 2.
I swing 7, I have 19
Oh, that's right, you did, yep.
Because stage
This
is
was on
a
a
fair
tag.
balance card.
Yeah,
7
right.
here.
Well, 8, right?
8, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. He's got the 2Ks. Here comes another 8.
I'm just going to ping 8s,
You got
get him out of
another
everything.
8. That's not a blocker, but all right. You rest the guard for the block. No. Great matchup, man. Great matchup. That was really good. And it was a good, in my opinion, good meta call here. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have my match on there. We're going to be seeing myself playing Shanks in the new version of it. And we'll see how far I can take it against my opponent, who's playing Purple Katakuri. Very fun, interesting deck, playing the new starter deck cards. I was a little intimidated, I'm not going to lie. Because my deck didn't get power-ups from the new star decks. Like, I didn't even get enough of the star decks to build up anything yet. So I was like, all right, let's just hope the old-fashioned OP09 Shanks will carry me through. Come on, Gramps, let's get through it. But we'll see if he can do it in the next round when we come back. Stay tuned for that. And Michael, we got you taken care of, bud. We got you. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll be back after this message.
fast, love hard, walk tough, I got it. Strut that, back it up, ball out, I'm on it. Damn, I love a good look at myself. I've been on a trip, don't need nobody else, so I just lean back and talk right, pave the way, shine bright, and I usually the type to give till I have nothing left, hanging on by a thread, give love, break bread, but this ain't for them, no, it's a little bit more about me, myself and I, you can make a way, but I'ma learn to fly, that's me, yeah, I'm a little jaded, but for what it's worth, you won't see me complain on me, myself and I, you can make a way, but I'ma learn to fly, that's me, yeah, I'm a little jaded, but for what it's worth, you won't see me complain on me, play hard, think deep, show love, I'm about it, work that, cash out, 2-1, can't stop it, then I love a good look in the mirror, stay woke, I don't really need to see clearer, so I just take charge, live right, speak real, take flight, and I usually the type to give till I have nothing left, hanging on by a thread, give love, break bread, but this ain't for them, no, it's a little bit more about me, myself and I, you can make a way, but I'ma learn to fly, that's me, yeah, I'm a little jaded, but for what it's worth, you won't see me complain on me, myself and I, you can make a way, but I'ma learn to fly, that's me, yeah, I'm a little jaded, but for what it's worth, you won't see me complain on me.
Well, thank you for the catch early. Thank you for the catch early. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I had all the settings set up perfect, and then as soon as I restarted this thing today, it undid all my settings that I did before I got one live today.
And also, since we have audio back, Chainlow, I'm very happy that I interrupted your Zen, personally. I'm very ecstatic about that, actually.
For the sakes of YouTube, we're going to do a little quick pause, and then I'm just going to do the intro, just for the sake of cutting this up on YouTube. So the rest of you guys, this is for YouTube. And welcome back to Homebrew Pie. I'm your host, Jimmy D, and with me...
Hello, I'm Sai.
And we're here for round 2 of this 4-round tournament that we're going to be having today. We're going to have 3 from Tuesday, because I was sick on Wednesday, I couldn't cover it, and 1 from Saturday. We're going to have 4 games to you. We already covered game 1. That was an awesome one with you on the Emu flashback, and now we're going to give you an older flashback. We're going back to 09 and Shanks. Now, Shanks has gotten a lot of support recently, some sleeper support, and it's only been onesie, twosie, and sometimes threesie if you really look at it the way I see it anyways. We've seen some great support for it, and I think it's slowly going back as still one of the kings of the red decks. And I'm going to talk about this deck list and explain to you guys exactly why I think right now this is the greatest deck if you want to psychologically freak out your opponent. This will constantly put them feeling like they're always making the wrong decision, and here's why. So those who don't know, Shanks is a leader with this very, very, very simple ability. Once per turn on your opponent's attack, reduce the attack of their leader or character by 1,000 for the turn. That's it. Once per turn, you can negate a 5k attack, you can turn a 6k into a 5, you can turn a 7k into a 6. Or if you're really, really in crunch time, you can just lose 1,000 and help with the counter for the massive swing in the end. But most of the time, what this is going to be used for is just negating some 5k swings, which is really relevant. But as the meta's been evolving, you've had 6k leaders, you've had 7k leaders, you had Roger, you had all the rest of these guys that were really just like the 1k just wasn't enough to keep up. And it's not great. But then OP16 rolls around and we get this amazing new support card and Ben Beckman. Blocker, you may rest one of your Dawn cards. So long as you have 10, you get to play one Shanks from your hand for free. So for essentially 6 Dawn, you get to play any of your Shanks cards that you want to with massive upside. We have the Shanks that came from the Uda deck, which is phenomenal because it helps you get that plus 2k you need in today's current meta.
It came from the Shank starter.
Oh, the Shank starter decks, right? I'm sorry, that's right. I was thinking because the Uda, it came from that.
I got you.
Yeah, came from the Shank starter deck here. It is a cheaper card if they have a higher character card out there, but what's most important is that plus 2k until the end of your opponent's turn. Having a 7k leader that can do not -1 now, absolutely is critical.
This is a very like relevant card right now with Enel, Goofy as well, getting out like Boas.
Yes.
Mihawk, it's a very relevant card to put your leader to +2. Like even I'm talking about the -3.
Yeah.
Like a 6 cost 10k.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Great stats, and on top of that, you're going to leave them in a situation where you can mid-game and even late-game and still play out blockers and stuff. It leaves you with a lot of open options here. Because the deck does play some like 4-cost blockers in the Lucky Roos, which are arguably still one of the best blockers out there. Obviously, Marco with the draw is phenomenal, but something that can just basically really force your opponent into really bad decisions and weird situations where the psychological starts, right? I'm going to throw this guy out here. A base 6,000 power is going to get removed if you don't play the anti-removal cards now. You have to play around this guy. You physically have to change your playstyle to now play around this, because if I use it at the appropriate time, I'm going to kill your blocker. I'm going to kill something of maybe some relevance, maybe your tempo. A lot of new players will play characters because they thought they should, and then they run into the fact it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to block your 5k swing with Lucky Roo and pop that blocker you just played. So it forces you to as a player to remember, oh, wait, yeah, this can pop my answer. This can pop one of my characters from next turn that I want to set up. Maybe I do it afterwards. And in doing so, now I get to get some tells on how you're going to play, because you're not allocating Dawn to your leader. You're going to say, oh, you're looking to play somebody. So maybe I just negate the attack with my Shanks, and now I still have a 5k blocker that's still threatening your board as something to pop something if you swing into me. You've got this other one that allows you to draw, which is kind of important in red because there's not a whole lot of draw engines. This is why it's in there at all. It is like a weak, puny little blocker, but in reality, this deck does need to draw, because the key to this deck now has really leaned heavy on you getting Ben Beckman. It needs to get it. It's one of the late game answers. The only way you can stay alive. You need to have the 6 cost so you can play the Uda blockers if you can. You can play the 4 cost blockers if you can. You can leave open some if you need to play for some defensive plays. But it allows you to and allocate some Dawn if necessary. So if you're doing what I love to do a lot against my players is play on curve as best. Get out my Edward Newgate. Throw my Shanks leader up to a 7k double attacker, helps me against yellow, helps me against these life game type decks, but also then tells my opponent, I need to wall up, I need to start protecting myself. And if I've successfully convinced them that walling up was the best option, I can immediately punish them into playing the Shanks out for a 6 cost. Stop, put this thing out for 6, turn off all the blockers. Now I have 4 Dawn to allocate for all of my swings. All of your blocks are useless. I've got the 10k swing coming from this guy. I've got the double k swing coming from this guy. And maybe if I'm lucky, one of my 10 Dawn turns, I already have this guy out, who's already reducing the your character's power by 1,000. Did we really show off the meta on stream?
Show the off meta.
Oh, off meta? No, unfortunately, we lost that data on the transfer, and I don't know what happened. I grabbed the data, I had it on the disk, I brought it home, it's gone, and it's not on my laptop. I don't know what happened to that data. It's just completely corrupted.
I was very sad because I was very
It was
excited to talk about Wolf's very unoptimal Ivankov list.
I had the deck list and everything. I got a hold of him. I was super looking forward to it. I was setting up the stream, and I remember texting you going, "Where's the data?" Because I had everything ready. I had all the deck lists and everything, and it was just as soon as I went looking for it, I went to the folder. I searched all the dates. I couldn't. It was there, and then I went back the next day because I don't have a car right now. Went back the next day to check on the laptop. Wasn't there either. I don't know what happened to the data. It just didn't. It didn't transfer for some reason. All right, so yeah, the 10 cost Shanks, because everyone knows about this thing. It does stack. It's absolutely powerful. Yasop, I really enjoy. I think it's a phenomenal card in this deck. It gives plus 1k, so you get a 6k leader here. I'm kind of, if you guys notice the trend here, I'm trying to bump my leader up to 6, then up to 7k, maybe up to 7k here, and then the end game, I'm really like that's what's helping me with my defensive plays here, and then finishing off with the 10k Shanks. Chainlow says, I was looking forward to size advice and optimization. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what Chainlow's talking about is he had an Ivankov list, a very unoptimal, and I was playing Ivankov. Of course, mine was very optimal.
Of course.
I saw his list. I was talking to him a little bit about it, and there's just too many bricks, man. So because of that,
We can't say that word again. He loves
my list was very good compared to Chainlow's. Because I saw his list, too many bricks. That didn't work for me.
Yeah.
And so I pull up to the event. I got 4 buggies in there. I got 2 red rocks.
Oh yeah.
I got 2 grab blades.
Nice.
I got 4 gum gum champion rifle.
Nice.
And then just 38 prisoners, because how are you gonna kill me if I have no bricks? Now I did lose a game because I had bricks in hand. So I think in hindsight, I should have cut red rock and grab blade completely because they were bricks. But that's just me.
I love the chat right now. All right, that is going to do it for this deck list. Now we're going to go into my opponent on Charlotte Katakuri. Got a great glow up here with the new starter decks. And we'll talk about some of those ads in just a minute. But those who don't remember, this one didn't really see the line of day because there just really isn't a whole lot of purple-only support for the Charlotte Linen. The Charlotte Linen plays, I think, strongest in yellow.
Well, also
personally.
wasn't just that. The set this came out was also UP Luffy.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
And then the set after that was Green Zoro. Then we had 13. Then we had 14. So I never really just like
got to see its day.
I mean, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong,
no.
but it's just compared to like UP Luffy UI Nami.
Yeah,
it's not that good.
It's going to be falling behind, and its card pool was still too limited because I saw most of the best stuff in this was yellow, and then you're throwing it all in purple, and it's like, okay, well there are some good purple. Don't get me wrong, there's some good purple, but not near as strong as I saw from the yellow matchups. When Charlotte Linen is at its best, it's in yellow, which is why we're moving into another meta with OP17 in yellow, and it's like, holy crap, you have all the old support, now you got the new support. Stuff's about to get crazy. But I like this one. It allows you to get some information from what your opponent had too. And I always thought that this would be something that I would see more from players. Like carded knowledge in the Garrett game actually goes a long way to helping you as a player.
I will say I think it's really funny that now post starter decks going first with this deck, you cannot use leader effect your first 2 turns.
Yeah.
Because
if you go down on this one,
then you just don't get your 5-drop on curve and you just kind of lose. But that 5-drop is kind of insane, and so is the Lunlin.
Let's talk about it. Getting into our new 5-drop Katakuri here. This one is one you can get back from the 2 costs that we kind of skipped over here. But what's great about this, Katakuri does have that purple that can sack itself to get these guys back. The other 8 costs we'll talk about in a minute. But this one, your turn once per turn. When a Dawn card in your field is returned to your Dawn deck, if your leader is Big Mom Pirates type, add up to 2 Dawns for your Dawn deck and rest them. So instantaneously when you do in the Dawn minus, you're getting 2 up, you're ramping ahead. And on KO, play up to one of your characters 8,000 power from your hand. That's huge.
And specifically, this will be playing out this card.
Yeah. The real good answer, because this one basically makes going board a non-bow answer. You were almost never going to have the option to go board against this deck. This ability to not only swing with it, but restand at the end. You got multiple copies. It's restanding all of your characters. The people that like to play it, I know like Porter, loves going board, hates this card. It is just, it literally turns off your ability to ever even think about it. So you have to play the game of I have to go face because I'm not going to have an opportunity, or I can bait the blocker, find some way to bait this blocker and get rid of it. I have to get rid of this thing because if I don't, I'm never going to have the option to prevent future swings and starve this deck, which is a really good option against this deck, is starving this deck because it doesn't have a lot of draw. It has some life gain. It has some life gain with a 9-cost Linlin here that everyone thinks was a mistake here. And then you have this new 10-cost here, which is just absolutely insane. I'm playing down -4, trash 1 card from your hand, up to 1 card from the top of your deck, the top of your life cards, then up to one of your opponent's characters. Base power becomes 0. Any character. Oh, did you attack with something? Okay, now my 2Ks, my little weenies are swinging into this thing. Do you know how embarrassing it is to have a new gate as 0 power
Now,
and they're swinging weenies at it?
I will say, weirdly enough, any effect that pluses a thing's base, this just kind of dies to. So, for example, if you minus the Luffy,
Yeah.
the red ace, and then they pitch, it goes back to base 7.
Yes.
So it's just like,
Yeah.
if you have a way to turn your base, this card's kind of just useless.
Yeah.
However, there's not many
very
effects
few
like
of
that.
those. Yeah. So most of the time, it's going to be basically removing a big threat. I mean, you could do this against me and my Shanks. You can turn my 12K Shanks into a 0, and even with the -1, it's still those 2K little searchers are still swinging for 1. And it's embarrassing to throw a 2K
Yeah.
to prevent a 1K swing. But this is an absolute, like, not only does it gain life, but it's an absolute powerhouse of killing anything on the board.
And specifically, this card is really strong right now because of this. You play this, right? Get something to 0, heal 1.
Yeah.
And then you just Mamaragan, rest it, and then
get
just
your
swing
draw
into
card.
it.
Yep.
Just kind of insane that you could do that. And then if you have these on board, so you play this,
Yeah.
go Dawn -4. You play this, Dawn -6. Really big, steep cost. However, if you have 2 of these, you get 4 back. And then
Yeah.
you're back to 10 the next turn. If you have one of these, you get 3 back. And you're back to 9 the next turn, and then you just drop this out. And it's like...
It just steamrolls you with these top-end Linlins that can constantly keep healing you. And playing kind of like a weird yellow game without yellow, which is kind of nice. Curly, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. They really said every deck should have a Gamma Knife Mama combo. Like every purple deck. Yeah, every purple deck, essentially. Because these are not leader locked on top of that. That's one of the things that we've always found kind of weird. They had to ban these 2 in Blue Purple Luffy just because they were too good together. And now they're still good as cards. I mean, it's just not near as powerful in a 6K leader. But here's your deck. I love this Mamaragan. Just a great 0 cost, 1K, gets to draw, replaces itself. That's always good when you're playing counter and you can just immediately replace it like that. So a very solid deck. This has been doing pretty well for our boy here, Clark. Let me go pull up his match here. But we're going to see how well I can do head-to-head with this old school Shanks versus new school Katakuri. Can't Stop Game says, I remember when 0 cost used to cost something to use.
That's
What?
real.
Yeah, right?
When you had to pitch something for it.
Exactly. You had to actually lose a card to do something. Not just, oh, here's an insta-free and I'm going to instantly replace it as well. I don't know.
Since we're power creeping anyway, why can't, Green Mihawk just get a card that says, like, I don't know, rest a card, win the game. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, that seems totally fair. I don't understand why anybody doesn't agree with you.
I think Green should get all the support. forever.
No bias here. No bias
No
detected.
bias. I'm playing a black deck.
Yeah.
No bias.
There we go. Got the board all set up here. I don't think I moved the mouse on this one. I'm trying to get used to the new setup, guys. Those that don't know, we did a whole new change at Lifelink Games in the setup. This one's now outside. So I finally got the monitor. I had to pick that up from Best Buy the other day so I could finally have it on 2 different screens. But I'm still trying to work with all the new equipment and all the new setups here. So I do apologize about this little like overlay that's kind of creeping over in the right-hand corner. It gets better. It'll get better with time as I learn my new space. Yeah,
Kyle,
both of us on the mulligan.
I agree. If your opponent rests a card, you win.
Yeah.
It's like 10 cost Roger, but it's Shanks. I agree. just deck me out, man. Like,
Yeah. If you're a 0 life or your opponent's a 0 life and your opponent rests 1 card, they lose.
I think that's fair and balanced, honestly. So both you guys mold.
Supreme. Oh yeah, I had to. My whole thing with this deck, if I don't have a turn 1 play, I don't really want to play it. So I'll always mulligan into one of the 1 cost search events or
Really?
the Uda.
You and me
Always.
play completely differently.
Yeah. I want to be doing something every single turn.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's fair.
it-
I just I play the game like I'll just draw it. And that's very
Yeah.
bad. Like, don't take that advice. That's horrible.
Yeah.
However, most of the time it just works for me. So
Yeah.
I'll be playing Mihawk. See my hand, man. This hand, I really need this one card by this specific turn, and I don't have a way to search it. I'll just take my life. I'm sure I draw it, and you know, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Every time I played a Goofy, I've seen both 7-drop Shanks.
Yeah. One of the things I hated doing with the reveals sometimes when we do these searchers, when I tell them I have like the turn off your blockers card, I hate giving them that information. Is
I mean, if we're being real though,
yeah.
Katakuri is the one deck where blockers are just going to be swung anyway.
Exactly.
So it's
So
like,
not
it
really
doesn't
turning
matter.
things off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Curly says, I have literally seen him do it. This is that's the worst part.
This is true.
It's how we know his size goated. Absolutely. I completely agree.
I remember winning that one game against you because I top decked DMG. You know how many times I've done that?
One
At
time.
least 4 times.
At least 4 times here. All right, getting in for our 5 and 5, a recommended attack for all of you. 100% do this, do this, do this. If you don't have a 3-down turn play, do this. And only if that 3-down play really starts helping out, like a Sanji or something like that, where you want to get a character out. If you get the 1-turn searcher, swing.
You don't run Sanji though, do you?
No, not this deck. No. I don't actually have a 3-down play. This my whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm only going to get the Uda. If I have to deal with the 1-cost searcher, I'll do it with the 1-cost searcher. But I try to get the Uda in my opener because I want to be doing this if I'm on the one. I'd prefer to be even the way this deck works. You want to get to 10 faster. But if I have to be put on the play like this, then yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I want to put the pressure on in the early game, make them feel a mistake of constantly having to attack me. Can't Stop Games says, I love Emu because you can counter out of a 23k swing. Imagine an opponent's face. I've seen it. Can't Stop Games. I've seen it.
It's like playing UP Luffy, bro. Yeah,
I know.
I'll just giant.
I had a Blue P Luffy do it to me twice on it was the highest attack I could possibly put on the board with Rayleigh. And they did it 2 turns back to back. Unblockable and countered out of it. I was like, what are these decks that can counter a 23k?
Also, can we talk about how crazy that 2-cost Katakuri is?
Oh, I know, right? The alt art or just what it does?
No, like just what it does.
No, what it
Like,
does
the
is
card's
insane. Yeah, it's a 2-cost that gives you a 5 or an 8. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
like-
sure. Absolutely insane. Can't Stop Games says, I will say this, blue-purple at its prime was an easy deck to pick up and win. Oh, it really was.
A lot of meta decks are.
Yeah.
UI Nami, Enel is not easy. I think Mihawk right now is fairly easy. The Supernova build was definitely much harder to play, but you just draw so many now that it's like Katakuri is also, it's a pretty good deck, and it's pretty difficult to play. It's not an easy deck to just pick up and play.
Yeah. Seeing here, he swung his little 5k in there to try and get the activation leader ability. Now I'm having to look, do I want to use this one to discard a 2k to get on a 9k, or do I want to start taking the card? So I took the card. In all honesty, I remember thinking back here, I didn't have my Ben Beckman yet, so I was definitely still digging for the Ben Beckman. I was like, I'm not to 10 down yet, but I am going to need to see that Ben Beckman if I get there. Matt the Bow, thank you so much for the follow. Good to see you. Don't forget to hit exclamation point join for your chance to win one of these 2 free packs at the end. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you, Matt. Let's see. How's it going? It's going fantastic. We're in game 2 of 4 games that we're going to be covering today. Shanks versus Katakuri. I'm at the table here doing some searching, trying to find my... you could tell I'm desperately searching for Ben Beckman. I need to Ben Beckman.
Beckman pops, what, 6K?
The 7 cost will trash a 7k. That's not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for the 5 cost one.
Okay.
The deck succeeds when I can play back-to-back Beckmans. I have yet to lose a game where I played back-to-back Beckmans, dropping an actual Shanks. Obviously getting value into it. Clark. I spelled Clarked wrong. Is that what we're calling Clark now? Is Clark?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, I don't know that. I didn't
Can we
recognize
ban
that.
him for that? Is that a bannable
No,
offense?
it's not a bannable offense. I don't know what he's talking about though. I just summoned this. I completely forgot. I was in my head.
Just trying to
Yeah, that was no, because I had the one out. I just forgot.
I've been
7k
banished to
swing.
ads.
Little Pal Cases has been banished to ads. I'm sorry. Well, there you go. They got the ads took care of it for you. All right, so he's gonna look at the top deck using leader ability. Gets the search event. Let him to see what it is. Do have 4 for Lucky Roo, so I could probably get some draw on. Yep. There we go. Still trying to get some draw on here. Again, sometimes it comes in handy. I have plenty.
You have to pitch one to draw for Lucky Real? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
8K, 6K or higher.
I thought it was just reveal.
No.
Man, Red has to go through some crazy stipulations to draw.
Yes, it does.
It's like that one meme. I don't know how much you're on Twitter, but I'm on like One Piece Twitter, and it's like green card, do everything, and it's like red, like reveal your whole hand, minus 5K to your leader. Pass.
I love that we got the 2K that was the worst 2K protection card. It's like, oh, if some card would be removed, reduce the power of your leader by 1,000. Like, do you understand that Katakuri Birdman killed people for less? Like, this is how they won the game. I'm not lowering the attack of my leader by 1,000 for the turn to protect something. I'm just going to be vulnerable to get run over. Matt the Bow says, what do you guys think about OP17 metas? Who's going to be the top in your opinion? Right now, Shanks, Linlin are leading 1 and 2. I want to put Shanks above Linlin, but I'm terrified of Linlin. So I don't know if it's fear that's putting Linlin at number 1. What do you think?
Shanks is not good. I'm gonna be like, I really want him to be good. I love green control, but the deck, it kind of feels like I was talking to Spencer about this actually. Mihawk is very good next set. Linlin bait, low key, but just the fact that you can heal so much, and a lot of decks just don't draw enough, so you're forced to heal them.
Yeah,
is kind of really rough. But Mihawk is incredible next set.
Because it gets around it. You're right. The hand size, you don't have to worry about the blue puddings anymore, so you have total permission to do that. Any deck that can fill up with a lot of cards in hand can probably get around it.
I agree. Green Shanks, don't get me wrong, the leader effect is insanely strong. I just don't think there's been a good enough list yet. It's kind of like Don Krieg, you know, the leader effect, insane. However, it just doesn't have enough. I've played it a lot. It's way too bricky. It doesn't see what it needs to, and it just kind of fizzles out very quickly. It's frustrating, but I think with enough support, it'll be really good. Yeah, personally. But
and Can't Stop Games making a point here is like he makes Linlin force heal so much that it destroy their hand. This is exactly where I'm thinking the double attack is going to be necessary in this format.
True.
You can like set them up where they're just constantly having to get like no counter in hand, and then those double attacks will just take the game away.
I'm gonna be honest. I think you'll just lose because half of Linlin's stuff plays out from life anyway.
Yeah.
And then if they have a 10 drop on board, they alternate
8Ks,
and it's like
you're just setting yourself up for failure.
At that point in the game, if you've been forcing them to just heal, you're probably at like 2 life. You're not defending multiple or 8 and aboves.
Yeah.
And then a 10k on or 12k on top. Like that's just you're just not gonna live.
Yeah.
Like, no deck can survive that. That's why I think like Mihawk just having access to
Red Rock's rotated out, sadly.
You know what can deal with it though?
Emu.
No, Emu can't do anything, bro. Let's be so real. Let's be so real. Yeah, I agree, Kyle. Hopefully.
Curly says Shanks will probably end up like Red Green Luffy, where it starts off mid, then they print some support and it becomes amazing. I can agree. I can see that happening. Absolutely. And Matt the says, what do you think about the Red Green Luffy? Will it survive the OP? It can. It's got good cards.
I think it has really good cards. It's we just have to see. I'm just not sure where it lies currently.
Yeah, there's gonna be so many people playing the new stuff when it first comes out. There's gonna be a lot of that I think for the first several weeks, it's gonna be an OP17 meta until people get comfortable with what people are playing, and then they're gonna start playing the cards that counter what's good in OP17, and then you're gonna see the older decks come back.
Can't Stop Games. I'm not worried about stage. I know the stage stuff is rough. However, I'm just saying if they pop your stage the turn you're about to get to 10 Dawn, then what you do essentially, you pay 7 for stage, you rest it, you play your 10 drop, and you do nothing. And you're just gonna lose. Like, I don't know. I don't think Emu's good next set. Especially because, like, even into Linlin, you're not surviving multiple 8s and a 12.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not possible. And especially as Emu, you, like, I know the deck draws a lot, but you can't really afford to pitch cards mid-game. And so if you do, you go super low in hand size. And then late game, they're swinging 6s and you're having to give 4k events for, and then they're going to swing 7 and you lose.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. All right, so looks like I'm doing some searching, probably looking for a Ben Beckman or another target for Shanks to be able to play out here. Last one survived the turn pretty well, and it's looking like I'm really starting to fall behind on the board state here, so I really need to start finding some way to start pushing Clark's life down to 0, because I'm definitely not going to be able to hit this board. He's got the protection already up, he's got Katakuris for days, he's got Linlands for days. I know the 10 cost is coming next turn. Likely, he already added to his hand, he hasn't got rid of it. But looks like I'm going to go for Divine Departure. And now I finally have an answer to this Katakuri.
What does Divine Departure do? Pops an 8?
8K. Yep.
Straight up pops an 8?
Yep.
Oh, what a crazy card.
Right.
Red is busted, man. Give green.
It cost me 6. So I'm going to have to lose the turn here, but at least I'm going to be able to get rid of that
Too
blocker.
cheap, honestly.
Too cheap. 6 for a pop. I mean, it's pretty extensive, but at least I do have an answer, which I'm super excited. So I do have a way to get around this. Elbeth Kuros tier 0? All right.
Oh,
do you think 10 cost Shanks is going to be stable
Yes,
on green decks?
absolutely.
Yes.
If you think about it, green Bonnie restands you the Dawn. Mihawk, it's a 5 Dawn, 12k rush.
Yeah.
Shanks, it activates leader effect. I mean, it's just so perfect.
Right.
For green. I mean, I think all green. I know Porter plays a lot of GYLA. It's great in GYLA because you have Dawn up after.
Oh, absolutely. No cap detected.
Go in 6 here?
Going 6, I had to keep 2 open in front of it with a blocker. I needed to set up something for this turn because I did kind of turn this thing off to get in here. Here comes another 10k. Blocker's going to be able to help. Now I'm finally putting some pressure against Clark here. And I'm kind of like, I've been working on just dwindling his resources. His hand's been getting slowly but surely smaller and smaller. I know he's going to heal up next turn. And I'm still struggling to see Ben Beckman. I have not, in all of my searches, found a Ben Beckman to
You're
get
not in a bad position, though. I mean, you pop this 12, you have a 10k on board. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, here comes Linlin.
Yep.
This one's going to cause some massive damage here. Taking away the 1 hit I did get, but the good news is I still have blockers, I still have leader ability. He did take away my capability of the 2k counters in hand by putting in a life there, but at the same time I actually saw that as a win, because having an additional life for some of these swings was actually going to be beneficial. Here comes 0 into 0.
This is why this card is really frustrating, because it makes like all your searches somehow really irritating. You play a 10-12, yeah, okay, bro, it's a 0. Like, GG's.
So, I do have the ability to use leader ability to just negate this attack. Comes in for 2. I can free block here. Free block of the 4K. Here comes 5. Now, I know I got 2 more attacks coming into this thing. I don't know how... The beauty here is I do get the opportunity to get him to keep focusing here and not at my life. But also at the same time, then I have to worry about... Well, I still don't have that Ben Beckman, so I kind of want a life hit here.
And also at the same time, you just don't have board presence, unfortunately.
So blocking here against the it was against the leader swing here. Here comes another Katakuri swing. So I've really gotten him debilitated where he's using all of his swings in the Shanks. I'm okay with that, honestly. I'm okay with him wasting most of his attacks. I really was hoping he was going to go life after this, but sadly, that was not the case.
I think he realized you're in a bad position.
Yeah, I need to see a Ben Beckman off the top. Something to get me back in this game, because right now I am severely hurting. I was able, luckily, to start getting some of the board state in my favor after killing the 8 cost. But right now, Clark is looking at commanding favor. But with 3 cards in hand, the math is getting a little bit easier. So let's hope I can see one of those Ben Beckmans right now, because that is going to be the only thing that gets me out of this situation. At least in the media time. Can't Stop Gaming, talking Little Pound Cake, says more than he already was.
He said every set gets hype, but completely changes when it releases. So much.
Oh yeah, it always does.
I think BY Teach is still a really good deck. Has a favorable matchup into RG, but I think that's just because RG players aren't playing it correctly. It's still rough, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's that... I mean, it's still bad, but like, it can win into Mihawk. It can win into a lot of decks. I mean, 10-drop Teach is just such an insane card. And the fact that you can play that off of Zehaha, and then leader effect, you can... It basically blocks 2 swings.
Yeah.
And that's 3 swings, because it also negates 1. And I think that, with the triggers, is just great deck. But the way he was hyped before release, and then it was just Goofy Wave.
Hazelnut, yeah. I agree. It's a great card, too. All right, so this turn, I decided I was going to turn the 10 Dawn turn into trying to clean up board here. I feel like I've gotten Clark into a good, successful starvation mode with only 3 cards in hand. I've really been able to whittle down a lot of his attacking threats here. Still have a decent hand size, but notably still no Ben Beckman to get myself in here. And off the top here, it looks like Clark able to get his other 8 costs back out. So I'm, again, not going to be able to hit this board state unless I can bait this 8 cost blocker here. Here comes the first attack going into life, looking for Ben Beckman. It's 2K. Uda. Looks like Katakuri going to come in for a swing. Still looking for that Ben Beckman, so... Alright, we're going to give a 2K for an easy swing here. I figure we're probably going to take a good 9K into life here. I want to save my blocker to save my Shanks. Clark, with all this open Dawn, likely trying to set up a turn where he can load up everything on Charlotte Linland to swing into my Shanks here. So I am going to have some kind of answer. Yeah, I'm not saving this Uda, I don't care. Here comes 10. This one's probably going to be another take here.
I think this is 12 left now. You put a Dawn under Linland?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, 12, yep. Can't stop the game. Says I didn't read the pre-recorded part. I was like, "Is what is Humbro doing? Talking like that?" Yeah. This is pre-recorded, so this is the best way I like to cover games. It's the best way to interact with you guys. Doing it live, it's really kind of difficult sometimes because I can't talk to you and focus on the game while playing. And obviously, there's no studio for me to talk over it live while I'm there too. So this is just a really good way for me to be able to interact with you guys, talk about the card game, see some mistakes, look back at my plays, and you guys can catch them too. But you see the top deck there? Got my Ben Beckman. Got my Ben Beckman, baby. I might be coming back. I just need to bait this 8 cost now and get this thing off the board because I need to be able to start starving him if I'm going to survive these swings. And it's kind of courageous, just protecting his board left and right. But Ben Beckman is such a great card here. Take 6, get another 10 cost Shanks out there.
You red players are funny, man. Just like so excited for this one card. I don't know. Maybe
Right?
I'm just spoiled as a green player.
You have to be.
I'm like, wow.
This character was a game changer. I knew it
No,
was
no,
a
no.
game
It
changer.
is. It's actually just an insane card, and I can't
Yeah.
believe we got Shanks support in the big 16.
Right? A random Ben Beckman, random rare card in the middle of what was supposed to be all Whitebeard support for Porcasti Ace. And I'm like, oh, a Shanks piece. All right, I'll take that. I like that. And then that new
one
promo
card-
too. The
Yeah, the
promos.
promo's really strong. But that one card actually just so good in Shanks.
Setting this up here. Looks like we're going to go 8 to bait the blocker here. His hand's a little bit low, so maybe we can start putting on some pressure here.
Really need to make a red-green Shanks leader now. I agree. However, I think that would be the most busted leader in the entire game.
All right, with the reduction that Ben Beckman is able to close out another piece here, and with the resting of that
Does Beckman really pop a 7?
it does when you reduce it.
Oh, true. I forgot it was
The Shanks
-1. That's
reduced,
right,
yep.
that's right.
And then it was one of the things he thought he could play a character from it because it KO'd, but it didn't. It trashed it. So it was one of the we had a little confusion here because I didn't use the keyword trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually can. It would be break the game.
If they make a red-green...
Oh, Shanks. Oh, if they made a red green Shanks later, this game would be
No,
busted.
we were talking about it. Because you can... The 5-cost Beckman into the new green Shanks.
Oh,
that
no, come
restarts
on. Come
and then you
on.
can do that into any other Shanks you want.
Oh.
And so you get 2 12Ks,
Please.
2 blockers on 1 turn.
No, you do not want that to happen. That is going to
I
be the
do.
power creep beyond power
I
creep.
want that to happen.
Curly says, I was just joking. I'm just Curly. Yeah, I hear you just joking. But, bro, that is just too much. That's too much. But even as a Shanks player, that's too much for me. All right. Looks like we got a massive swing in here from a loaded up Brule. And looks like he's going board here himself here. Clark feeling a little bit disenfranchised now that his blocker is not able to restand anymore. And wondering, do I make this... Do I make it vulnerable?
He's also at 4 life. So
Yeah.
this-
He's at 4 life, but I've turned to starvation mode here.
yeah, no. That's what I mean. Like, he's... Although he's at 4 life, he's not in a good position here.
Yeah, I've got plenty of good board state. I've got 2 life left here to swing into. He wants to swing into me. Sure, I'll take. I can sit on 1 here, and now I can start cleaning up house because I also know that I don't have to worry about rush in this deck. There's no rush in this purple deck. So if I can clean up board, all I gotta do is worry about the leader, and I just need a blocker. You know who's a great blocker? Ben Beckman. Ben Beckman is a really good blocker.
Got another one?
Yeah.
Top deck another one?
So I haven't actually been able to play the first one yet. I've been trying to play around going Starvation. I went into this 8K swing, played the Ben Beckman to get rid of one of the threats, and decided I was going to use this because I did bait the block of the Katakuri with that 8K swing, which led me into, okay, now I can go board because now my Shanks can clean up that 8K blocker here and stop the restand, and now I can start putting out some other cards to start gaining favor here. Now, counting the cards in hand, I'm trying to do what math do I need to officially go 13 into 11.
So he has what, 3 cards in hand?
2 cards. 2 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was an easier math to call the likelihood that if he didn't counter out, if he did completely counter out, I loaded the rest on Ben Beckman and kill it, and then I just put up a blocker.
Now you just go Beckman, set up some blockers, just go life, and then next turn you might just lose.
Yeah. Curly says it's... Oh, wait, no, it wasn't him here. It's 3 life, 4K leader that becomes a 6K with 15 rested cards on yours and your opponent's field. Like the blocker stall search until 10 dawn, then just win the game. Yeah, I've seen that quite a bit. Matt the Bow says, I mean, the balance that they could do something like under the rules of the game with the leader, you can't play characters from other characters' effects. Yeah, could be. That would limit that 1 card.
I still think it would be insane because green Shanks has a lot of control and red Shanks has a lot of KO. So it's like, it's just an, oh, you're playing anti-removal? All right, I'll do green control.
Right.
You're countering my green somehow? I'll play red removal. Like, I don't know. But I mean, maybe. But I feel like that's also, at that point, I mean, of course we don't know when it'll happen, but if it does happen, I don't know. At that point, the game's probably power creeped enough, no?
Yeah. Simple 7, just use leader ability cancel this to save my Ben Beckman. I think Clark was trying to see if I was sleeping on that attack right there. See, it's so late game, you don't think you can get those free activations from the leader here. But yeah, Shanks was definitely, don't put up any blockers. I don't want to mess with any more blockers. Come at me offensively if you're going to come at me. Here comes the new gate with the double damage. All that life gain, Clark at 1 card in hand.
Yeah.
Now has to worry about a 7K or 8K just to make sure I get around it.
8 will guaranteed go through, so he takes both.
8's going to get me that double. All that life gain automatically removed from here. Now I can start climbing the ladder.
Have any of you qualified for Worlds out of interest? I have never played a regional, unfortunately.
I have qualified in the Union Arena. I have qualified in lower tier One Piece a long time ago, but I didn't actually get to perform. And I'm looking to do the same thing in Gundam. I came pretty close in Gundam to play in those. I've also played the Pro Tour, Match the Gathering. I played in... I got crapped on, so don't think that's a brag. That is I got crapped on when I made the Pro Tour. But yeah, I've played a lot of competitive games. I've played most games versus Yu-Gi-Oh, One Piece. I was World's representative in Yu-Gi-Oh, way back when in the early 2000s. God, I'm old. But yeah, guys, I've played a lot of card games. My entire life, I've played so many of them and I've always loved competitive play. Mr. Lego says, what do you say the difference between the people that do versus don't? I don't understand the skill gap with TCG, lol. That's how little I know. So there's a lot of people that play that's for a hobby because it's fun. You have the what we call the casuals. And people that do that, I love them. They're great. They're fun, fantastic people. They come on a weekend day or just want to socialize, want to look at the pretty cards, love getting the chance to rip up a $1,000 card out of a pack and say, hey, I got this awesome card. And that's awesome. And then you have the competitive players. You got the sweats. The sweats, they're not fun sometimes, but sometimes they are. In this community that we have here, in Bondi communities specifically, sweats are great people. Sweats are some of my absolute favorite people, hands down. They're just great people that will teach you the game, will like go into it. They won't take it personally. They understand they can lose. It's not that big a deal if they do lose, and like it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. But like people that do, like I'm going to my first regional in September. Very excited. However, I've noticed, like I was in Florida. I'm from Florida, and there were a lot of players there that were, like, regularly topping regionals, and you can kind of tell, because I think like the better you get at the game, you blame it less on not seeing cards.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
You start seeing the things that you could have done differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Practice, practice, practice. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Able to close it out here. Starving was the goal here. And I'm telling him right now, I drew forever looking for that frickin' Beckman. I thought the game was over because I couldn't see it. I meant the skill gap between the good sweats and the amazing sweats. So here's the thing. Papa Squizzer, thanks for subscribe. I thought you already were subscribed.
No way.
Thank
no
you.
way he's here.
Oh, all right, good to see him. So, the good and the bad, if you say, like, you have the ones in it. Honestly, as what you were saying was absolutely spot on. Bad sweats will blame the cards. They'll say you got lucky. They'll say, oh, you're terrible at this game, and they'll take it egotistically. Those are the bad sweats. Those are the ones where they think they're entitled to win. They think that by playing the best deck that they should automatically win. They don't think there's anything else than I read what the meta said, and this said percentage-wise I should always win. Those are your terrible sweats. I can't stand people like that. They're never going to get good at the game, actually good at the game, because they can't look internally to see, was there something I could have done better? Could I have changed things up a little bit? What did I do wrong here? Was there a step in the process that I could have changed that could have literally changed the entire outcome? And if you're not willing to look at it critically that way, you're never going to improve as a player. Like, you have to, you have to lose. You can't get good without losing. And if you can't get good about losing, you're setting yourself up for failure. Because if you go to any tournament like you have to win, you will be the first one eliminated from every tournament. And I can almost guarantee you that every single time. If you have to win. Either that, or you're cheating, and eventually you're going to get caught cheating, and then you're never playing the game again. And for those people out there that think, oh, I have to cheat to win, stop it. If you are any bit of a player, or even have a name for your sake, the minute you get caught cheating, every accomplishment, whether you did or not beforehand, was cheating. You destroyed your entire career as a player to cheat. Don't cheat. Games have variance. You have to understand it has variance. There, you edge it your best with practice and knowing the decks and playing the smartest you possibly can. And when you take a loss and you feel like you've done your best, you can go and say, you know what? Today wasn't my day, but tomorrow will be. And you get back up and you do it again. Those are your good sweats. Those are the ones that recognize a 50% win rate is actually really good. Yeah. Those are the ones that realize 50% win rate, you're at the top echelon of playing. If you're winning 80% of the time, you're probably cheating. Because the good people, they know they're going to take losses when there's nothing they can do about it. Decks are going to be good. But Fuser says, everyone who plays a Nell or red-green Luffy is cheating, in my opinion. Okay. J-Lo says, I cheat all the time. It's fun.
This is true.
Yeah.
I can confirm.
Lil Pocket says, I keep 10 Dawn in my sock just in case. I pay 10 and 10 more Dawn. But yeah, and the other sweats are also going to understand different levels of gaming that people that I don't think ever understand. There's a lot of psychological things you can do as a player. There's a lot of things where you can force people to make plays that you don't realize that there are ways you can make people make plays that seem advantageous to them, but you sneakily set them up for that. There are ways you can play cards that do that, similar to how I play my Red Shanks deck. By the way, I actually won this one. I got first place in this tournament after this. I played up against a Yamato deck and was able to take this one down. I like Red Shanks because it's a psychological deck. I like to play against it. Does it always win? No. I gave it to good player Marcus, and he went 0-4 in an event, like with the same deck here and everything. It was crazy. But your good sweats are going to be able to look internally, are going to be able to see the mistakes they make, and they're going to correct them and get better from it. And they're the ones that take it. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead.
One Piece specifically, you need to know your deck in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to know like what matchups are bad, and not only what matchups are bad, why are they bad, right? Because like you need to know what your deck does really well. For example, I'll talk about Mihawk because that's what I'm most familiar with. I know my deck is more Dawn efficient than probably every other deck, so I am able to play big bodies and at the same time stun a lot of things, and I gain tempo that way. But into like red green, for example, I just don't do anything because they just have 10k counter, right? So into red green specifically, I have to play a specific way. Red ace is unfortunately somehow a bad matchup for Mihawk, so I have to play that a little more differently, and so it's just like, just get the reps in.
Absolutely. Get that practice in. The key to, especially if we're playing Bondi, and I want to be very specific because I play all the Bondi games, guys. If you learn what the deck is trying to do, optimize what the deck is trying to do, stay focused on it, and when you play your opponent, if they're trying to disrupt it, find out how to disrupt the disruption. It seems weird, but there are ways that you can do that. You can do what we're talking to Curly, bait them into making bad attacks, or get them into doing certain things. There are a lot of ways where you can get your player, if you understand their deck, to play certain cards into your benefit. Or if you know where it's coming, you can try to kind of like see where that move is going. Once you get to that level where you realize that the cards you play have an impact on how your opponent's going to respond, and you can control that at points, depending on what you have, but you can control that, you're playing higher level One Piece TCG. And that only comes with practice, with understanding what your deck is trying to accomplish, and making your deck do exactly what it wants to do every single time. That's why we have 12 searchers in a deck. That's why everyone, like every deck that's competitive nowadays has 12 searchers, because it wants to repeat the same process over and over again. I want to do the same thing every game to get the win. If Bello Betty had 4 searchers, Bello Betty would be the best deck in the game because it would beat you by turn 10 every single time without you even being able to you know. But Bello Betty sadly does not have 10 searchers. I think it has like 8. Curly says the exact same thing happened to me. Oh, I'm losing these guys. You're talking so fast here. Little pound cake with a rigged. Here we go. I don't know how many times my opponent has baited me into swinging into leaving up Dawn. Yes. Refuser says the other day I drew 5 events. A mulligan, I drew 4 events. 2K counter Sanji, and I would cry. But only played 12 events. Oh, yeah, no. The events can kill you, man. Little Pound says, no, it's just net deck and watch YouTube videos. I mean, that is a way. Right before I get to the top cut. I've seen people do it. I'm not going to dismiss that. Curly says the exact same thing happened to me when I was playing Relay, and every draw after it was another till I lost. Isamol says to get better at games with RNG, mitigating your own errors is the most important. Thank you. That is a statement of the day, Isamol. Absolutely. The only thing you can control is you. At the end of the day, that's the only thing you can control. So the best thing that you can do as a player, work on you. Little Pound Cake says, nah, just shuffle better. I guess. Mr. Lego says, it's like chess openings. You learn the openings much better to understand the overall objective of the openings. So when it comes to your way, you know what you should be doing. Exactly. Exactly, Mr. Lego. Absolutely. Refusey says, the only good thing about it, I ended up using 4 Gum Gum Mulgun, and I was keeping him from doing anything also, but I also against Green Red Luffy, and I got wrecked. Yeah, I can see that happening. Kenneth, good to see you. Welcome back. All right, guys, we're going to be taking a quick break. When we come back, we got round 3 of this. You're on the camera again. We got our boy back on camera. So Emu is back again, trying to take home his championship, but he's going to have to get through Porter first. And if you guys don't know, Porter is our 3-time champion. Let's see if Sai can pull it off. We'll find out. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this message. Thank you. All my presets are gone. My presets are gone. I gotta re-update this thing. All right. For YouTube. And welcome back to Homebrew Pie. I'm your host, Jimmy D. With me,
Hello.
Sai is with me back again. Guys, I know I said that we were going to do 4 rounds today. I do apologize. It's getting a little bit late. Things are getting pushed a little bit longer than I wanted to, which is fine. Sai's first time. We're going to get him used to the grind here. We can welcome him into the process, and hopefully I don't make so many stupid errors after I reset my presets that I just spent all weeks doing. My Go Sai, Palace Wizard. All right. Got some good shout outs out there. But that does mean that this is going to be the third and final round and packs to give away at the end. We have our wheels set. We've got some great stuff for you. I do want to do some announcements toward the end to let you guys know what's happening on the channel. There's a lot of evolutions that are happening at Lifelink Games. I'm hoping this is going to be a roadblock to something better. We're going to find out. I'm going to make the best of what has been given to me, and I'm going to try my best to just make this good content for you guys. Stay tuned. My channel is definitely reducing itself down to the amount of live streams I can do. So every Monday, every Wednesday, I'll still be giving away packs all the time. But those will be the only times that you'll be seeing me go live for the foreseeable future for now. So I do apologize to all those people that enjoyed the Union Arena and the Gundam streams and the release weekends and all those awesome events we used to do for release weekends and giveaways. I used to give away hundreds of dollars of product on those release weekends, but sadly I can no longer go live from Lifelink Games. I'm no longer in that spot and area. So until I can either afford my own studio or afford some kind of upgrade or take over those the pool guy next to us and take his store over or find some way to finagle myself into a different type of studio, the content is going to get reduced greatly, and I'm going to have to, according to the policies that YouTube has just put in place, I have to do shorts. I am not very good at shorts. I'm going to try my best at shorts, but I apparently need 12 million views in shorts, and I have 500 because I have 10 shorts out there. So I'm just a smidge away from making partner. From 500 to 12 million, we'll see how long it takes me to get there. But yeah, that is apparently what I have to do now on the social media here if I want to keep up good with Twitch and good with YouTube. Gotta get those shorts out there. Chanlo says, I'm so happy I got to watch Humbro Sai. Thank you. Chanlo says, and when just want to say, Sai, it was so nice of you to let Jimmy co-host your show.
I got you, bro. Don't even worry about it.
I wish he'd only talk more, right? Same. Come on, man. Get into it. We got this. We have 2 awesome decks. One of them represented by the man right next to me. We're going to be getting into these amazing deck lists. Emu in the championship round up against what I consider a nightmare, Porter on Red-Green Luffy. Let's get into it. All right, tell us about your deck here.
All right, we got the big bad of 13 and 14, and I don't know. I don't think this deck will ever be that bad, but under the rules of the game, you cannot include events with a cost of 2 or more, and at the start of your turn, or start of the game, you play a stage from hand, and then you have a cycle. Kind of insane, actually.
Yeah, right. And of course, everyone thought that was a downside. I was like, no, this is really good.
It's just so good. Emu will always be solid. I agree.
Yeah.
This is basically your second leader effect. I mean, just this, like by itself, I was like, yeah, what? And then this, I was like, yeah, dude, this has to be busted, right? I'm gonna rest this card and 3 of your Dawn cards. Play the 1 black, 5 elders with a cost equal to or less than the number of Dawn cards on your field from your hand. So, to play that, or what are we playing? Him, he gets rush -2.
On attack.
Blocker, draw 1. Search, incredible.
Always good to have searchers.
Popping a 5, also kind of busted.
And a blocker.
And then let's make all of them 7s.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Now, it is only on your turn, but still really powerful.
It's on my turn, but it's like I block with this, 7, 7, 7, pop 1, draw,
Yeah.
play them all out again.
And do it again. Do it again.
And then we have to fill up our trash. We have our searchers. Both are only top 3, but when you cycle as much as his deck, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and when you trash it too, which is even better. Like, I love that black always does the trash. Like, all the rest of them you put in the bottom of the deck. This one just fills up your yard for some more answers later.
Yeah. We got our tech card, 3 of. However, in this current meta, this deals a lot with. Into Emu, specifically, this pops Dog and like an Ohm. Into Goofy, this pops like Galdinos or Dazbones. It's just a very necessary card, and it's, while the 301 stat line does suck, You played out, you trash a card, then leader effect, you pop this, just draw 1. So you only go Dom -1 to pop 2 small bodies, and in this current meta, very good. Searchable 2K, making sure you don't deck out. You got a 4K counter event, because, I mean, 4Ks are always good. This is basically 1 card, 3K, +1 to leader or something, and then you can grab one of these 2, and then it's just a recycle 2K. And this also, importantly, if you're late game and you've already pitched your Shirahoshis for counter, you can pick Shirahoshi back up so you don't deck yourself out.
Yeah.
Ground Death, +4. You're always going to have 10 or more in Trash Emu. If you don't have 10, I mean, pick up another deck.
You're right. It's one of those days where the deck doesn't like you, dude. It just doesn't like you. Move on.
Main effect, negate a 5. So many relevant blockers and whatnot. And then, of course, we have the enabler to play out all 5 for 4 Dawn.
Yeah.
Kind of insane. But that's Emu.
Yeah.
Got fair and
This
balanced
was
deck.
me and Carrot shaking my head. Deck hates me. Yeah. I love that deck with him, though. That Carrot deck has got some amazing cards. When it plays right, Carrot really goes hard.
But Squid has a very unfortunate relationship. I think I've played him 3 times on Carrot. I think every time he's played out 2 of the Carrots that search top 7 for Zoe,
And
every
misses.
time he's whiffed.
Oh, no.
So he has an interesting relationship with
Yeah,
Carrot.
right. And Michael from YouTube, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not even a big fan of short-term content because I think it ruins you guys' brains if you're just constantly chasing the dopamine. But forcing me into that, yeah, I'd love the help. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna need it, honestly, because I've got to spend more time, and maybe this is what I need. Maybe without being able to go live all the time, I'm just gonna have to use my time just building shorts and trying to make shorts out of this content, or trying to make shorts out of something else for you guys out there. Maybe we'll do some cuts of pack openings or something, and we'll go out there. And if you guys see it, just hit a like, or just help me get to 12 million. God, that seems so high. I don't know. Maybe, like, is it just me, or do you guys like have Instagrams at 12 million views? Like, that just seems like an unfathomable number to get to. But thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate that. All right, then we go into Red Green Luffy here. Dawn ×1 on your opponent's attack. If you have 5 or less active Dawn, you get to use them as 2K counters. Isn't that fun? We call this the turtle deck, and we call it the turtle deck because it just turtles up in shell power with this constant power. And one of the things I loved about this deck before is it was very intimidating, but people started to learn the math on the swings, so it started getting a little bit easier to swing into. And the other problem that this deck lacked before was it didn't have a whole lot of pressure. It could play on cards that could restand stuff, so you didn't lose your defensive shield, but you were only playing 1 card per turn. Your body wasn't even that impactful. And you really weren't threatening your opponent with much because you were constantly having to, gotta restand, gotta keep the shield up, gotta keep the shields up. And while the shields are great, sometimes you're never given an opportunity to play some real heaters. Now, with cards like Ronor Zoro that buff up our leader, the new Monkey D. Luffy that we just got from the new starter deck that was supposed to be helping us start at 21, but is a massive powerhouse.
Actually, such an insane card.
Right? All you have to have is a total 3 given Dawn cards here. This thing comes out with Rush, and then he gives any character minus 1,000 power for each Straw Hat you have on the field.
And you're playing Red Green Luffy, so you're always going to have a full board. So essentially, you played out. It's a minus 7K.
Stage. Oh, I forgot about the stage. 7. Okay, and stage is the other one that really powered this thing up here. Love this new stage card. It is a searcher on play, but also every turn you can activate main, rest the stage, give up to 1 rested Dawn card to one of your Monkey D. Luffy cards. Now, they used to activate and like, oh, that would make it good for the start at 21. But now I'm activating my leader ability for free. I can play on curves, so I don't have to worry about that 1 extra being out there. And I still have my other pieces, like the Sanji that does some of the restanding, the Usops that do some of the restanding at the end of turn. I can still use these cards that'll restand these things and make it so I constantly still have my defensive play. I can still play cards like Charlton, which is an insane counter in this deck. Restanding 3, which is essentially giving you 6K more counter after you play a 4K counter. You've got the double attack Luffy that I'm telling you guys, in yellow, you need the double attack. And this is perfect for the deck because it sets 4 of them active. You got the shields with it. You can attack with it. You can protect it. You got the Ronor Zoro that's pumping your leader that makes it even harder for them to swing into you. You got great protection. Green actually, I think, got the best protection card out of all of them because it was just resting 2 cards. And when you have stuff like stage and the stuff that you can rest, This is great. It's great.
It's also importantly can rest itself.
Yes.
If you really need it.
You have other enablers like you got the Luffy searcher, you got the Druid Bonnie searcher. Of course, you're going to play as many searchers as you possibly can because you want the deck to be as effective doing what it's trying to do. What it's trying to do every turn: drop something that impacts the board, restand for the shields. Drop something that impacts the board, restand the shields. That's what this deck does. That's why they call it the Turtle deck. And these new cards are giving it the power it needed to really start pressuring the board early, like Red is known for. Papa Squizzy says 12 million seems like a lot, but from what I understand about shorts, you can get just one by going viral that can get there. Yeah, well, I gotta get viral too, guys. I don't know if I have the face for YouTube yet. I got a face for radio. That's what my mom always told me. But we'll hope maybe I can get something to go viral. Good to see you on YouTube, Curly. All right, that is going to be our deck list for the first matchup here. Let's get into our finals. Sai, this is for all the marbles here. If you win this, you could potentially be the first place person. But if you lose this, because this is our first day in the competition, this is critical points. This is 12 points leading in here. Like, regardless, even if you get first place, this is 12 points leading in. And the early points are the one that really help people get the your championship for the 16. Because you heard now, it's 16, top 16. So now it's not just the person that got in first with the most points getting the prize.
16.
Yeah, you have to play for it. So you're going to need these points to make sure you can secure your spot in that top 16. Are you looking pretty good about it this season?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, pretty busy with school and whatnot, but like, I'll come out when I can, and like, I don't think I've ever had a losing day at Lifelink, so like, I'm fairly confident.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know. I'm confident I'll make top 16. I don't care about getting first. I just like playing. It's just fun, man. I'm just a 2-1 merchant, you know?
Yeah. Michael, I think Red Green Life, Luffy would actually be a good deck for you. And it definitely has a Control S tempo to it. It is a phenomenal deck. I think it definitely survives the rotation.
It's control in a different way than Mihawk. Mihawk directly impacts your characters. Red Green is like I'm just gonna have 10k up permanently, and you're just not gonna do something about it.
Right.
And that's what Red Green does. It just kind of sits there, 10k up, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, does nothing else.
And it just slowly aggroes your opponent out of the game. There's a really good starvation, which is why Porter picked this up, because it does a really good job of starving the opponent. Starving Sai is not going to be an option, though.
Yeah, no, you cannot starve Emu. You will just lose.
Yeah. Porter is going to have to change his gameplay here if he wants to come over this thing, because the constant recursion of the cards, that you don't care about losing anything. If he attacks anything, it's only a benefit to you. So he's going to have to play a little more aggressive if he wants to get ahead on this game and go away from his normal strategy.
Watch this cut that I'm about to do. It's secret tech for you guys. This cut always, whenever I win and I do this cut, I never lose.
Oh, so the keys to shuffling. We're giving away the keys to the shuffling already?
Just watch this cut that I'm about to do to Porter. It's kind of nuts, actually.
All right. Keys to the kingdom, he's telling you.
Two off the top, straight to the bottom.
Oh.
Always works.
You just killed the Exodia play.
Always works.
You just killed the Exodia. All right. Respect. I can see that. You know, back at home, seriously, if you guys are a competitive player, always cut the deck. Always cut the deck. I'm tired of seeing people get cheated because they didn't cut the deck. And I'm sitting here like, I know he cheated. I know he shuffle cheated. And I know he put the cards he needed on top. But then I'm looking at the opponent going, why didn't you cut? It's the simplest thing to just cut the deck. And they're like, oh, I want to be nice. No, stop being nice. Cut the deck. All right, 6K coming into life, leaving 2 open, Porter, for the defensive there.
We both have no searchers first round. And this is a rough opening for Red Green. No stage. Stage is so important to Red Green right now.
Right.
Again, no searchers, so I pitch to draw one. Stage. I get out. What do I get out? Saturn to search.
Okay. I like that.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Utilizing the Dawn, too. I love that.
Yeah.
You don't need to wait just for 10 costs. Like, this utilizes your Dawn so much more efficiently here. It'll leave you with an option to swing in for 6 if you want to. And it's already been negated by the Dawn. But you do have an opportunity here to, like, get a search on, kind of like set up your turn, maybe catch them sleeping. Some actual players forget that they have that open. Like, I hope you're not playing at the top level with Turtle and forget you have that 4K free counter, but it happens.
So just getting a search event here just to fill up my trash, so all my 7s are irremovable. Looking for Mars as well. Mars is very important in this matchup. Getting rid of Usopp, which is basically a free 4K per turn. Getting rid of Sanji, which is a 7K swing and a a 2k per turn. Very important cards for red green, and Mars being able to pop both of them is absurdly important.
Yeah. Noticing he's not quick on the play here. Gonna go in for 7, leave 3 open. This is usually a play that means I'm gonna play 3 back. We'll see if he does, but he got a discount. Yeah, he's just turtling up. He's not seeing the cards he needs right now. These first 2 turns have been crucial, and he's not put any pressure on the board.
He does have a Sanji in hand. However, he also does know that I have a Mars, so it's like he plays Sanji out, and it's gone immediately.
Yeah, that's a really good play on Porter. I was going to compliment your play where you put up you recognize you could play out the easy Saturn to get the extra search on there. You're perfectly utilizing your Dawn, and then the respect you gave because you didn't even attack him. You saw it, you're like, whatever. He's just gonna why waste the time.
The thing with RG is like if you know you can't get cards out of their hand or life, don't swing. Just don't swing anything because you will always be punished for it. They will swing into something.
Mm-hmm.
And so here I play out Nazjuro for I don't know, like more swings next round. Because here, even if I attach Dawn to lead, swing 7, he rests 2, then I swing Saturn, he rests 1. It's just nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't do anything.
All right, Matt the Box with a great question actually here. I want to suggest, why do you play the 9-cost 3-attack Zoro in the red-green as a singleton copy? Now, I've loved this card since day 1, but I've told people the same thing over and over again. When you play that card, it is remove it or die. Mm-hmm. You have to turn yourself off for a turn. If you can survive that turn because you've just put on an emergency light to your opponent that says, I'm going to win next turn if you don't deal with this card. It puts your opponent in a weird situation that often they'll make really crazy bad attack strategies just to try to end the game that end up winning the game because they went for it and you didn't have the counter. Now, if you have the restand stuff and you can keep up a good wall in here, it's a very good card, but you got to remember the psychological attack you're doing with that 9-cost Zoro. When that thing hits, you are telling your opponent, you have 1 turn, go. And if you can't defend their next counter swing, you're in bad position. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those cards where people got really carried away with dropping out too early and getting their opponents to start playing in a way that was actually detrimental to them. So be careful. That card is a very good card. A 1-of is fine. Absolutely fine. And it will win games. But remember what you do when you play that and what you're saying to them, because all their focus is now on that Zoro. Everything they care about. Whether I get a removal for that, I'm going to be digging for a removal for that. I'm going to be finding some way to rest it. I'm going to be finding some way to freeze it. I'm going to be finding some way to lock that thing out of place. Like you're going to get Galdinos that freeze it immediately because you can't. It doesn't have rush, so you're going to be forcing those cards out of their hand. You got to get them when they don't have many options left. They've already gone through the Galdinos or the boas and the stuff that freezes, and then you can play into it. Hazelnut says, I think I would have Sanji and Usopp on board, then it's a decent play out.
Yeah, I mean, you restand the 3. It's not, like, don't get me wrong, 9-cost Zoro isn't bad. I think, unfortunately, top meta just has way too many answers to it. I mean, you think of Goofy, Galdino, or Boa, just immediately freeze, can't swing. Mihawk is 9-cost Mihawk, and it also has La Beppo, which you can restand it, but you do lose a swing, which is kind of rough. And I just think top meta has too many answers for it, but I don't think it's a bad card at all. It could definitely, in the right decks, it could catch people off guard and they will just lose. Because you're playing RG, you're going to restand 10k counter anyway.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Exactly. You're going to have the defense there. Great point. Michael says, I started cutting the decks so that people would think that I wasn't cheating. It was nice and not to cut, and then they wouldn't be cut either, and I'd draw a full combo and Amulet Titan. Yeah, see, now they're going to think you're cheating. Just cut the decks. Curly says, this matchup has always been miserable for Red Green Luffy, having the luck with into Laboon in order to keep the board. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Yeah. And there are not too many copies in Porter's deck either. I know that he doesn't play too many because he needs it for room for other things, but it is a key card in this matchup. Good point, Curly. Thank you. Did you read the last comment? Did you?
I mean, as a second, it could be played on Tendon.
And low on life, yeah.
That's true. However, I feel like if you play it on Tendon and the opponent's already low on life, then you're just giving them another chance to win.
Because it doesn't have rush.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like you're saying, oh, I'm going to win next turn guaranteed. But also, if they're at low life and you're playing RG, your board's likely already full. The opponent knows they're losing, so they're going to go for game anyway. So you're just... You're giving them another chance.
As opposed to using that Dawn to go for game and close the thing out.
But I mean, hey, it could.
the long run, it loses value. Yeah, it's got to be careful with it. It's not a bad card. You just have to remember what people do and what they're going to keep and what they're going to play around it. And it can punish you if you're not prepared for what your opponent can do to you when you drop it. So, and sometimes it feels like a win more, which is why most people cut it. You should always cut win mores. Win more cards are cards like you're already in a winning position and it's good. It's like, well, if I'm already in a winning position, whatever. And if it turns off your turn that you could have gone for game, I'm saying it's a bad card. I've seen so many people give unwarranted extra turns to people and lose a game because of it. They're like, I'm going to take this turn off and say I'm going to win next turn. And the next opponent's like, well, I have the perfect amount of cards in the Dawn to kill you. Game over. And where you could have killed them. I remember actually with Porter next to me, he had an opportunity to win the game against Hazelnuts if he would have gone for life, and he stalled for a turn, and Hazel recovered so well that Hazel just swept him. And it was like, that was my only win opportunity, was to attack that turn. And he didn't. He turned the turn off. Now, it wasn't with that card, but that's the thing it does. It's a 9-cost character that turns off a massive amount of the swing potential you have, where that's 10 Dawn of allocation that you could use on a full board and close the game. If you can win the game now. Do not give your opponent a turn. Those turns can literally just come. You're like, oh, what are they going to do? Galdino. Draw 4, screw you over. Oh, God. Matt says, yeah, but in the long run, all right, sorry, I read that one. I mean, even on the long run, it could be a nice brick to use the Charleston. Yeah. I'm sorry about the ads, guys.
But this was a strong play by Porter here. Playing a Sanji into a Nami.
Ooh, yeah.
And then swinging life. So he's basically saying, like, I want to kill you ASAP.
He has to.
However, I am playing Emu.
Yeah. Well, and this is where you get the blockers, you get all these answers. Like, there's so many different answers here. Good to see you. Glad to be back, Matt.
So swinging 7 here, lead. -2 to Sanji. Pop it, draw a card. And now the strat is just swing 7s at lead.
Yeah.
And just force him to use everything in his hand.
And this is where this deck can kind of fail, because it does have the Dawn to keep countering these things for free, but you're attacking with that perfect 7.
Yeah.
And it's so easy because there's no Dawn investment yet for you yet. And you're leaving the 10 open, indicating you can just do this all over again. So Porter is just going to lose through attrition here. We've got 3 open. He's got some Charlton plays here, but he's like, how long do I hold this open? How many swings am I going to take when he drops the 10 cost here? And am I going to be able to survive this thing?
Now we Charleston's.
Yep. It's going to try to help him keep
I think
alive.
down to 1 card in hand currently. Yeah.
But now you can double hit the Sanji. You're going to get a rush back. So with this 10 cost, and you're going to have all those allocated Dawn here that you can play to this if you want to.
And then I'll get them back out.
Yep.
I just restand them because it's
just easier.
They go to trash and they come back. So it's just,
yeah.
And so searching with Saturn here. I don't remember what I pick up. Yeah, I mean the 2K always good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Carly says, I would have let the Sanji die here, and my life is more important at this point. I agree.
I didn't swing at Sanji ever, Curly, importantly, because I was waiting for this other to -4.
And now make the countering
make it
so
a
much
3
worth.
cost, or make it a 3K. And so I'm basically saying you can either defend your life or defend Sanji. You're choosing one or the other.
And you got him down to 1 card in hand too.
Yeah.
It's so debilitating. You got 2 blockers for this next turn. He's got a rush character, but not a rush card.
Well, importantly, the Zoro doesn't get rush character because it's only rush character, I think.
If there's AK and you don't have any, you only have 5K bodies.
They're all 5s.
So he's not even going to get rush character from this. Holy crap! What a masterclass in resource dwindling here.
It's not even that. I think Porter unfortunately just low rolled.
Yeah.
Seeing stage super late, not seeing Laboon, Sanji's
nothing
early.
for
It's just
2-3
unfortunate.
plays?
Right.
No,
It was just unfortunate.
Yeah,
I high rolled a bit and he low rolled a bit. I mean, sometimes you just get those games. But he played this as best as he could, but
Yeah.
not much you can do when I just pop your entire board.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, this is strong. Going up to 7, leaving 3 Dawn up,
Yeah.
2 life. Like, I mean, I'm still just gonna ping 7s and,
And do it all over again.
Yeah.
Like I'll do it again. It's the Goofy meme. Oh, Carly said he misread it. No worries. I do it all the time. You don't even read cards.
Yeah, true. I don't read, bro. Come on.
7. Get it.
So it
All
gives me
right.
1K. No cards in hand now. So now I'm free to swing 7s and
And he's going to use up all of his Dawn, taking a life. And he knows it's just going to come right back with another 10 cost. You got another 7 swing with leader. 4 another take, 2 cards in hand, rest. Go get a rusher and swing with all the remaining Dawn you have left.
I don't remember what I do, low key.
And how much you have
Come
here?
back.
Cost 5?
Search
We got 5
first.
left, or no?
Well, I think I accidentally put all of my active Dawn back.
Oh, shoot.
So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. There we go. So you got 4 left.
Because I paid 4 and then I attached 2 to lead. So.
At 11, I think that's going to be enough. That's going to be enough. 11k swing here. It's all on the math here. Yeah, you're right, Curly. You got another rusher. Like, Porter's sadly not going to be able to get through 2 blockers, even if he does survive this miraculously. Here, oh, I guess he could, actually. Kind of out of this one.
I think I was just completely overthinking.
Yeah,
I
it's-
forgot I
'cause
had
it-
math.
Yeah, like you could... Yeah,
But
they're
also,
two-
I
two
just...
cards.
Like, in this position, I just felt so comfortable that I was like, I think the only way he wins here is if he double DMGs. Now, even
But see,
then,
that's an open window. You don't give them the open window. It's
but,
dangerous.
But I was in my mind, I was like, even if he double DMGs, I win because that's all his Dawn.
Yeah.
He rests both blockers in 2 Dawn. I still have 2 Dawn up.
Yeah. Alright, going 7 again. I guess he's just hoping that you don't have another 10 cost. That's why he's going board. Yeah. And yeah, the rush characters just turned off. I can't... I'm thinking it's like, oh, he's got rush characters. Like, no, all of your characters are weak. Weak. 7, drawing it out. 7, yeah, he just no counter. All right, well there you go. Sai taking it down with Emu.
See, this is why it was important to cut the top 2 because I think Porter goes through his deck, and let's see what the bottom 2 cards were that I bottom deck. They were very important actually.
Oh yeah, all right. Does he show?
I remember we looked at it.
All right, I'll
I
wait.
think.
I'll wait.
Unless I'm just trolling you.
Wouldn't be the first time.
So if I recall correctly,
Let's see. This is an opportunity. Yeah, I could definitely see Porter low rolled on this one.
it's just unfortunate. He didn't see his cards when he needed to. There's just
yeah.
luck of the draw, unfortunately.
And
See?
there we go. Nami. And,
It wasn't those 2 because he searched at one point.
Oh, it's right.
So it was even better actually for
It was
me.
double Nami.
It was
Oh.
a double attack Luffy and a searcher because he didn't see a single searcher.
No, not a
until
single searcher.
6 Dawn, 7 Dawn.
Size tutorial on how to beat Red Green Luffy.
Telling you, bro. Every time
Right?
I win and I do that, I never lose.
What a great match. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that match as well. I love seeing these things go up. I've played enough of these games, and here's where, if you guys remember the rant we were talking about, the sweaters and the non-sweaters, or the bad sweaters. If you could get in a situation you realize you didn't do anything the first couple of turns, that's RNG, baby. You gotta let those go. You gotta let it go. It's not gonna happen all the time. This is why I like best 2 out of 3 personally, because I play Magic and you get land screwed, you get land flooded, you get blah blah blah. And even though lands aren't an issue, there's still an issue in these decks where you don't see any early game plays and you just lose tempo. So the only way you're going to be able to get back into it is if your opponent's losing tempo. So now you're really playing on RNG that, okay, I hope I draw bad and they draw bad in order, and then my draw is just not near as bad as that last person's. There's sometimes you can't do anything about it, and that's okay, because that's what makes the game fun. That's what makes things interesting. If it was always one deck always wins, the game would be very boring. And I like it that way. We want to keep it that way. I'm still hoping that eventually when we get rid of the yellow problem, we can go back to 2 out of 3, because Gundam has it now. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And I do enjoy the opportunity of saying, okay, yeah, I had a bad hand that time. Let's see you do it again. Bob Squizzer says, I struggled so bad into Kyle's list for NL. I've been thinking for 2 nights about what I can do to help me in red-green.
If you know you cannot get cards out of hand, just don't swing. Like, straight up, just because a red-green, like, will get value if you swing and then you don't do anything to them and then they punish you for it, right? So if you just keep your, like, cards up, I know it's like counterintuitive as a Nell to not swing, but like
Right.
there's only so much they can do a turn that if one turn you just have 3 or your 6 costs out and then go like 11, 11, 11, and then
you
they
know
go
you can't
down to
get through.
2, and then you just block her up. You pray they don't have DMG, you
Yeah.
pass, and then you just go from there. I think that's what you do.
And you're making yourself vulnerable for no reason. The only thing that Enel's weak against is attack. If you put it vulnerable to an attack, they're going to take advantage of that. And you got to realize they're going to do the math. So if you, like he said, if you can't actually take cards out of hand, take cards from the life, do something to change the board state, keep him in attack mode, man. Keep him in attack mode. Let him make him work to try to rest. I don't think they have any way to rest, do they? The current red greens, do they have any way to rest?
DMG,
Just that's it,
blocker
right?
Nami.
And the blocker Nami, that's right. So not they have to have it. You're forcing them to have it, essentially, which is not a bad thing. Baba says sometimes you just can't swing. Absolutely. And then boom, you get Lunid. Oh yeah, that too. I mean, you do swing and then you just get Lunid. And was there a Lunid in Porter's deck? I'm sure there was.
I think there was just I Know You're Strong.
Oh,
People
okay.
are going away from Enel and Goofy, so I think that Luna's like it's less important.
Okay, that makes sense, especially with the way that the meta's climbing up next one. I was thinking about it, like, what are we gonna do in the next meta? Like, I'm thinking like blue green Luffy, it's dead, right? But is it really dead? If you try to play it as it is now, it's absolutely dead. That deck is unplayable. If you play the exact list you have right now, good luck. You're not gonna have any fun. If you change it into more of a mid game to avoid all those early pop cards that everyone's going to have just in their deck.
The issue is
The names,
well,
right?
not just the names. It's Impel Down locked, and there's only so much Impel Down support. That unfortunately the package right now is you go early. That's just it. It just doesn't have enough mid game to because I mean you can tech it to be like that, but then you're just a vanilla 4K or 4 life 5K
leader. Yeah,
So
that's fair. And you get some of the restands. If you want to build that deck and you like that deck and you're trying to go forward, this is what I recommend. Make it a mid-game deck. It's the only way it's going to survive. Is it mean it's going to win? No, but it's the only way it's going to survive. Because if you play it as is, the deck's just going to get run over. And that's one thing you got to realize, that with every new format that comes out, you need to match what the meta is trying to do. Everything they printed in OP17 is to crap on what our current meta is looking like. So stop making our current meta look like this and take out the cards that are bad and start putting in cards that make it good. Matt says, I think I'm going to stop playing Luna in OP17. Really? Electric Luna? I still like it.
I think into rocks it kind of just kills rocks.
Oh, it kills rocks, but it loses to Luffy. Loses real hard to Luffy because it just didn't do anything. It seems to be getting too inconsistent. It all really depends on what people are playing too, because I see a lot more people playing. There's gonna be a lot of Big Mom players. There's gonna be obviously a lot of Mihawk and Shanks, mostly Shanks, because I commend you for trying to build around it. But people are gonna play the new stuff, so you're gonna see more Shanks. You're gonna see more Linlin. There's probably gonna be some Rocks players out there because I think it is a decent deck in certain matchups. Monkey Luffy's gonna get played just because it's being played. And what do you think about Edward Newgate? No one's talking about him. No one's.
I think it's stronger than people expect, but I think most of the support is just going to make Red A stronger.
Yeah, right. It's really just another Porcosti Ace.
Yeah, I mean, the free Rad Beam per turn and the 8K, it's kind of leaning away towards like Red Rush. It's more just like, yeah, I'm just going to, it's like Roger. I'm just going to make my leader massive, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Is like what it seems like.
That's what it's trying to do. Refuses says it's poop. I mean, we said the same thing against Ace. We said the same thing. I don't know if I want to make that mistake again. I'm kind of hesitant. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not even putting it on my top 10 list of the 5 best decks of this next set. But I'm not going to get trapped like I did with Porcosti Ace saying it's trash, don't even try it, don't even play it. And then the guy tops and wins the tournament. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Ace just got so much hate and they end up being good. Yeah, I know. It's like, I want to do the same thing. Ace will be a big boy. Gonna still be huge and still come Russian. I agree with you, Berfusa. Matt says, yeah, but he can't be searching the red-green support. You either top deck it or you pray. Yeah, that's decks that lean on need stage to win, need this to win. Yeah, they're not.
Stage is searchable in RG.
It is. Oh, yeah, that's the same. Yeah, it is.
All your searchers search.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Just Straw Hat
Which is
cards.
what made that even better for that deck. Curly out there on YouTube says, I miss Olive. Olive is necessary in the Goofy deck. For a lot of people like the Green Croc, but it's actually a goated card. It really is pretty good. You're going for the mid-game build. You're going to have to if you want to. And Curly says that he thinks that all the new gay stuff is for Ace.
No, it really just.
It really is just for Ace. I like my Luffy package in black red Sabo. Oh,
Strabo.
Ooh, Strabo. That sounds fun as hell. Matt says, I pretty much prefer that I know you're strong. That's where they're going. Much more consistent can be even combos with more characters. They really can. I know you're strong is a great card. All right, guys, we had the packs to give away. Awesome out there. If you're first time out here in the chat and you guys have not come to my Discord, let me put the Discord in the chat. This is my way to contact you and get your information. I don't do anything with it. I could care less about your personal information. I just need a way to send this to you. It costs you absolutely nothing. This comes, I paid for the packs, I paid for the shipping, I do all of it. Even if you're overseas, you have to win more than $20 worth of value, but I will send this stuff out to you free of charge and just saying thank you for helping with the channel. And again, if you guys start seeing some shorts with me, help me push the algorithm out, please, because I just got told I gotta walk up a mountain to even get a penny from YouTube. No, hey girl.
You chilling?
She pushing me away. God. All right, do we miss anything? We got Curly from. Do we have Curly from?
I don't think I put him on from YouTube.
Okay, we'll get Kurz. They get 2 if they go to YouTube. And then let's see. Let's make sure I got everybody. Got Mike same on there. We got River. Yep. Papa Squizzards, I believe you can do it, Jimmy. I believe you. I appreciate it, Papa. I appreciate the confidence too. My goat. Oh, my goat's on. That's awesome. I believe I can get lucky this time. Let's see, Matt the Bow. Let's see. You got him on there, right?
Who?
Matt the Bow.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
I
Yes. Yep. I don't see my YouTube Refusa. He goes by the. I got Michael Rack. Kenneth. Do we see Kenneth on there?
I put.
We got Kenneth. I think that's not his name though. Des Profusa. There we go. IW. We're missing that one. You're right. Good catch. This is why we do this. This is why we do it. IW. Des 502 on there twice.
Devs should be up there.
He's up 502 over here, but he was in here too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's always the one that does twice too. I try to help you guys out. 2. You can only win 1 pack. Join again. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Refusa. But yes, always try to check. You can get 2 if you go to either of them to help out with the algorithm. Did I really? Shoot, where'd it go? Why'd I hit shuffle? Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. Good catch. Woo! We have a delay. Thank God you caught that when you do. We have like a 30-second delay. Refusa, you are fast in the type. Thank you so much for catching that. That would have been embarrassing. Can you imagine if both names came up on there? Man, who? Me and him are in the Discord. All right, good, good, good. Let's go. Pack number 1. Ace. Oh, I don't think you spelled Ace Titan right. No, you spelled Ace Titan's name wrong.
I guess he's not getting the pack.
I don't think this can go to Ace Titan. His name's not spelled right. Like, I don't know an Ace Tishan.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't. Do you guys? Does anyone know an Ace Tishan? I feel like Ace Tishan is. It's just gonna go to nobody. You want to open it?
Sure.
All right, try to get it close to the camera here, so everyone at home can see it. Dev says Ace Tia, Tennessee. Right.
Odin?
I have dyslexia, so it looks right to me. All right, Papa, you're right.
Morley. Black Hole.
Nice.
Lafitte. Rockstar. Shank support somehow.
Yeah, right.
Captain Buggy's our savior. Black Vortex. Bunkov.
Was great and limited. Izo.
Izo.
Ooh,
First rare is
Nami.
Nami.
Ooh,
Momo.
because of Momo. Okay, all right, all right, all right.
Atlanta
Double rare
Wano
pack.
pack.
There should be one more hit left in these 3 packs here. So we're going to find out. It's not the double rare pack. Those aren't the most exciting packs. I hate those. But you got to go through the bad ones to get to the good ones, right? And who doesn't? A free pack, man. A free pack. It's all free, baby. Especially in today's market. Good God. Have you seen what they're charging for these packs? Curly, it
a
is
bit too
rigged, I agree.
expensive.
Oh, he thinks it was a bot. Hazel! Holy crap, I haven't seen Hazel in a while. Good one has been waiting for me. All right, Refusa, I believe you. I believe you, and I believe it's going to happen this Wednesday. I believe so. Hazel, he's called the Kobe or the shotgun on your pack, though. Refusa has claimed that the hit that's left in my box is for him. So, Hazel, I'm sorry if he's jujued it up for you. A Women W. Who would have thought in today's day, 2026, on Woman W? What is happening? This is a backwards channel, guys. Hashtag woman hate, says Papa Swizzard. In this economy? Ooh, a Dawn pack. But this could be the Gold Dawn for the 4th hit. This could be the Gold Dawn for the 4th hit.
I honestly have no idea.
Oh, boy. Refusa, I hope you called it out right, because this could be the Gold Dawn. Smoker. Jesus Burgess. Squad. Ramba. Boa. Maharoba. Mr. 3 Galdino. Pork Gostiace. That's a lot of words on text. Catalina Devon. Ben Beckman. The one that took me to the championship, baby. And for all the marbles, is this the Gold Dawn in the last hit of the box? No! It's just a normal Dawn. Just a normal Dawn. It was coming. It was coming. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A triple rare pack? Is that what we call it? Triple foil? Dawn. Refusa, you might have just saved yourself for Wednesday. All right, that is going to do it for tonight. For some of the people that are waiting for their packages that should be coming in the mail soon, sorry about the delay. It took me a little bit to get those extra packs. I like to win some packs at the store and then insert some. Do I have any up here? I like to send in some promo packs. For those that know that when I send out stuff, I like to send out like little extras. Sometimes some stickers or stuff to say thank you very much for joining my channel. So I had to actually win some events over at Lifelink so I could get some more of those promo packs for you guys. So I can give those out to you. So if you're waiting for it, I'm sorry. It's coming. It's coming. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Like I said, streams are going to be every Monday, Wednesday. That is my channel now. Every stream is Monday, Wednesday. Look for the YouTube content. Look for the shorts. Interact with it if you can. I'd always appreciate it. We're having to do something different for now. We'll see how long it lasts. But we got some great content coming your way. We've got the championship series to roll through. We got an awesome night tomorrow. It's going to be really super fun. I can't wait to see you all tomorrow night. Get those points up here, guys. We got great leaders. We got a 16 championship match. Yeah. She just wants. Bro. Oh, she just wants to get pet. That is her. It's so funny because she sparks like that, but really what she wants is more pet. She's like, you weren't supposed to stop petting me. I digress. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your guys' support. We're going to keep growing. We're going to get through every hurdle together. And until next time,
stay home, bro.
Stay home, bro.